Hello. अब ट्विच की स्ट्रीम क्यों नहीं चल रही है? यूट्यूब की तो चला ही लेंगे, ट्विच की क्यों नहीं चल रही है? उसकी ज़्यादा अच्छी है। स्ट्रीम चालू हुई, देख जरा मेरी। कहीं भी देख ले।
Your whole stage end on that. I mean, especially if you had a great run and then you just play one game against another sick team and you go out and you're waiting for stage 2, that is tough.
Yeah.
So seeding, yeah, definitely means a lot.
Very important, yeah. Now, we've only got one match today, and it's a good one. We'll see the White Hot Crew take on a revitalized 100 Thieves. Now, if Crew wins, well, it's a banger. And they win if they win one map today. Like they're in playoffs.
I just love that graphic. Today's
just
schedule.
Like that.
It's just
big, yeah, big graphic.
Because it's now.
Yeah, it is happening right now. Now, if they win outright, they actually get the #1 seed for Alpha Group, which means that, one match, you qualify for Shanghai.
Yep.
Boom, just like that.
Huge for them. I mean, yeah, if they can get through, not have to deal with that lower bracket, lose one game, go out. I mean, listen.
And to be clear, it's two. Like they have two chances to win one of these two next. Right. It's this one today, and then against Leviathan next week for Crew. So I mean, they have two opportunities. I think this one's their bigger shot, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this match is very important for 100 Thieves as well because the #1 seed for Omega Group is up for grabs. So you know what? What does that mean for them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean for them in the Omega Group?
That's interesting. I think there's still way too many permutations to really figure out. But all I know, win, you get a chance.
Absolutely.
You're chasing Leviathan.
Yeah, that is right. Now, you know what? Let's send things over to Riv, who's standing by with Cruz Shy.
Woo! All right, Shy is in the zone. I got Dryad here with me for translating. Shy, I gotta ask, Crew is undefeated. It's gotta feel amazing, but what is the team gonna do to keep being undefeated?
Día a día siento que entrenamos como si fuera el día que tenemos que jugar el partido y hemos evolucionado mucho como grupo. Hemos llevado muchas diferencias entre nosotros como a compartirla y eso.
Every day we play the scrims and practice as it is the official match, and we've come together and we've united a lot more as a team compared to before. Every difference that we have now turns into something that we are agreeing on.
All right, well, show us what you got. What do you got? What do 100 Thieves have to deal with today?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
That was awesome.
Damn.
That was insane.
You got it like that.
Yeah.
Now, the theme this year has been, if you didn't already know, expect the unexpected. Like, no one thought that our only undefeated team would be Crew. And on top of that, they took down Loud during Super Week.
Yeah, they not just took down Loud, they kind of smoked them. I mean, they looked just incredible in this game. And it's been really the same story in all the games that they've had so far. All 5 players on the team individually firing on all cylinders.
Yep.
Mechanics are looking so good for all of them. We've talked so much about Heat and his addition to the team. Meltzer being off that IGL role, stepping up as well. And I just don't think also they're not bringing anything that insane to the table in regards to the comps or like kind of trying to push the meta in any direction.
Yeah, overall strategy.
Yeah, like talking to Sidjo, he had made a point where he feels like watching them. It's kind of like Gen G. They're not doing anything insane, but what they are bringing every game is a really consistent, simple game with fantastic individual players, and it's got them at 4-0 right now.
I mean, that's what allows you to have really good reactions overall, is when you're drilling the same sort of thing over and over and over.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's a fundamental gameplay that's pushing Crew right now. They're driving by that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they've only given up just one map, which was just
That's crazy.
And even that on Icebox was quite close. It was still quite close for them. Anyways, you know what? Let's talk about Melzer. Melzer said that he wants to hand over the IGL duties to Klaus so he could frag out. And I mean, it seems like he's been doing that on Omen.
Accomplished. He's already started fragging out with just what 2 weeks of not IGLing now, and yeah, I mean. This guy's always had flashes of like really, really good play, like all the way back to when Leviathan, when he was back on that team, started qualifying for international events. You're like, dang, this guy actually is really good while IGLing at the same time. But not being able to show it off every single week because there's so much stuff that you're focusing on. And when you're with a team like this that is gelling on all fronts, I think it becomes a little easier when you let that load go a little.
What's interesting too is Klaus, last season, he was actually statistically the 4th lowest in Americas. Totally rejuvenated this year, and on the IGL role, he's finding way more individual success, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this swap between them worked on all fronts. And their calling from Klaus right now is so good.
Yeah. And just to speak a little bit more about individual level from all of them, too, Heat is playing on off-roll, right? Yeah. He just started playing that initiator, and he is up there with the likes of Aspas in terms of the stats right now.
Yeah, well, let's check out the schedule right now, as you can see here. KRU, I mean, they definitely had a flawless run, and next week they face off against their LatAm rivals in Leviathan. Who do we think is going to take that one? I mean, again, KRU has just been on fire right now. But Lev is up there already.
Game, obviously.
Yeah.
It's much, much, much harder. But I think especially when 100 Thieves has an opportunity to do something right now, and they have an opportunity to potentially take a top seed by taking down KRU, especially with the momentum that they're carrying going forward. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, we thought, there's no way this team's really going to turn into anything. But all of a sudden, yeah, they're taking down bigger and bigger names week after week. So I think this one's their easier one, but it's also maybe they're more like, I don't know, risky moment right now in terms of like yesterday we saw a lot of risky matches as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what? KRU's been unstoppable here in Stage 1, and Riv's here to tell us how'd they do that.
How'd they do that?
Thank you, Geek Heavy. I do want to show you how they did that and then show you how to do it so you may not make mistakes or be a pro player in your game when it comes time to use this. We're going to be looking at KRU versus EG on Breeze in a pistol round here. And the first thing I want to look at is just taking stock of everything. This buy, 2 Sheriffs flanked by 3 Ghosts, allowing KRU to take aggressive fights across the map, get out early, as well as what's on the map. Looking over here, on B, a high cam on the left side, your B-split Viper wall, and little trip placed further back so it doesn't get hit by Derek's utility if they do want to come into sight. Now, playing this one out as we drop the wall, you're going to see a big push down mid here coming in from KRU, just always innovating. They say it themselves, they're trying to be aggressive, they always innovate, and they have amazing mid control right now with the possibility of an instant or even slow A retake, and these Sheriffs are going to be able to pepper anybody after post plant and A main. But that's not the case. The play is towards B, and that's where KRU keeps their focus. Knowing they have to get back into position here after seeing a dismiss and some action on that elbow, they start to get back in. Cam's up, they're ready. Klaus hits an amazing shot here to start him off, but this is a big one. This is what kind of messes everything up. Location revealed there on one duelist. They're trying to dash in with the second here from EG, and this is what activates KRU to call for Melzer, to activate the wall, bring it up, and split the fight. That's how they do it. Great comms, good positioning, forward map control, and being pro. Active. And I want to show you exactly how that wall works and how it can actually play against you if you don't use it right. It is a simple one to throw. You're going to be right in the backside of spawn on the archways. Make sure it goes over the top side of where ladder is on this right side so they can't play elevation. And the thing is you don't want to activate this wall too early. That's about it. If you do, you're giving the opponents a free entry into this site and they get to do whatever they want while you're stuck in the back. The fact that KRU is able to time this, to activate the fight, to split EG on their entry is how they did it. And I hope you can do it in game 2.
Ah, so that's how they did that there. Well, you know what? Today, KRU is taking on a 100 Thieves squad that seems to have turned a corner in 2024. They found a door, opened it, and endless opportunities. Like, everyone has been performing, like, even without a mouse.
Yeah.
It's just been nuts.
Yeah, last week was very, very nice from 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves that is rejuvenated, 100 Thieves that has some of the players that you really expect from way back that they'd be stars heading into, you know, these sort of years right now. Cryo, Bang, these sort of guys were really stepping up, and I think that's huge to see because it's definitely been missing over the last year.
People were so worried about this team early in the season, and I think reasonably so, even though they had a hard strength of schedule. But you can clearly see the massive improvements from them. I mean, Cryo there is going off with the operator on defense. That's what he was doing all of last season. But what has been most impressive for me with him is the aggression that he's had with the rifling on defense as well. He's a more well-rounded player right now, which has just been so huge for the team, being the star that they thought he would be when they picked him up.
Yeah, and Wyatt, we got to talk about Asuna. Like, Asuna has been very consistent throughout that entire performance. I mean, like, on the KO and the Rays, like, it's been nuts.
And as I said, the strength of schedule early on, the lost games, he was getting so much blame from the community, from the 100 Thieves fans. They were calling for his head like he was the problem because he was pretty inconsistent on the Rays. He would have some sick games, and then the next map, he would be bottom fragging, overextending. But they've done such a better job on attack when he is on the Rays of not having him go too far forward, and you're seeing players like Bang being able to keep up with him, scale off of him, and take the presence that, you know, he's making for them in the site.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of the criticism levied his way is people looking for the common denominator in terms of all their years on 100 Thieves, right? He's one of the few people who've been here since basically the beginning, and people are starting to ask for results. And I think he has absolutely been trying to give him that for a long time, and it's still a factor here today.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you know what? Earlier, Riv caught up with Asuna. Now let's check it out.
Asuna, can I grab you for a second? What's going on, man? How you been?
Nice to meet you. Been doing good.
Hell yeah. Looking at this game, you guys are going up against an undefeated team for playoffs. What can you do that no other team has to take down KRU?
Shoot back and hopefully win.
Damn. Cold.
Wait a minute.
I think that's true. I mean, no one has been able to shoot back against KRU yet. They're hitting everything. Just shoot them. I'm with it.
So you just got to shoot back. That's it. So instead of just like running and cowering, I don't know. I'm confused.
Surprisingly, Hakeem, I will tell you that is the answer to most games.
But especially this one, because KRU just do so much low utility, dry swings with multiple players and multiple angles because they're just so confident in each other, the timing of going together, hitting the shots. So listen, I agree. Simply shoot.
Honestly, there's very few gaps in KRU's game. Like when you think about like an attack side default or something like that they're running, it's so hard to actually do anything to catch them off guard. So yeah, I agree, Asuna. That's a very good take.
Well, let's get to our predictions, all right? And I want us to take our time with this. Don't be too quick with it. Think about it, okay?
KRU.
I said think. Did you?
KRU.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
we're going with KRU.
Hakeem, I already wrote down my prediction.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
we're already ready to go. But the thing is,
all right. Kamala, how about you?
KRU. I got the pink KRU.
So I'm gonna.
Hey man, we ride or die together, man.
No, I know. Listen, I think we've had a lot of moments where Ball and I have gone with the same thing, and then you bring out the third pick. What are you working with today?
Okay, all right. Well, I won't swing any vote here, but I think
the triple KRU, and I don't think that this
is not crazy.
This makes it look like KRU are a big favorite or something. This should be a close banger game.
Yeah, but they are the favorite, Wyatt.
Sure.
They're the favorite. I mean, honestly, big favorite, too. Maybe not
I don't think they're big favorite because 100 Thieves, they've been on such an upswing in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a big favorite. I think this should be really close. But I'm just
it's
so
going to be a close game, but I think KRU's going to carry it all the way.
Yeah.
100%.
It seems like we're part of their crew by all agreeing that KRU is going to is going the distance.
I'm off KRUpium. I always am. Always will be.
Well, honestly, I think this is definitely the safe bet for us. You know, I'm not necessarily against 100 Thieves. Hopefully, we'll see how far.
If you're trying to garner the NA fans right now because they're mad at us.
Anyways, you know what? Let's close out week 4 and get this day started. It is KRU versus 100 Thieves. VCT Americas starts right now.
Derek's going to run him down with the rifle in his hand. Superman still there. Adjustment of Shy. Oh, he's going to run into the trip. No way!
People like to, talk down on KRU a lot, but people also forget that they won LCQ. So they have good individual talent. They also have good players.
Ahí veremos entonces la situación de retoma que es complicada. ¡Aparece Dios!
Yo personalmente tengo ganas de ganarle a IU porque hay ahí como un bardeo y nada. Me dieron ganas de... Ya lo tengo en la mira.
We're hoping we can beat them, so we're going to prepare as hard as we can for, the crew style.
Hunter Thief piensa que son los mejores disparando, pero lo vamos a ver en el partido.
Riot Games Arena, let's bring out our first team. Give it up for 100 Thieves!
Crew Visa is charged up with most of the credit going to their winning streak throughout stage one. Hopefully, Bussio's mouse is also charged up.
Bussio, you charge the mouse? Bussio, can you hear me? You charge the mouse? What's going on?
Let's hope that mouse is charged up, my guy.
Surely they won't make that mistake again. Surely.
It worked in their favor, kind of, sort of, right?
The thing is, it did. It did work in their favor. We're getting a little peek right there. We are going to be on Sunset on the PCs, which is a map that 100 Thieves have not shown yet this year. So that will be interesting. Or maybe they did really early on, I think, at the Ludwig Tarek, but that was so long ago that has changed so much on this map that, irrelevant. Don't care. Washing my hands clean of that game, do not care. Interested to see what they're going to.
And also, Austin has said that they weren't even taking things seriously during that off-season event.
Yeah, true. Oh, I mean, so what we got? Sunset Breeze, Split last map. Yeah, this one, I mean, Crew, in a lot of instances, I think Breeze and Split, I've been so impressed. I mean, Riv had that little Telestrator segment at the beginning of this that showed off some of the Breeze stuff that they're doing, and then Split against Loud last week was fantastic from Crew. So that's a tough map pool, in my opinion, for 100 Thieves, especially with the context that they haven't played Sunset yet.
Or Breeze, for that matter. So I don't know what they're bringing to that. And also, Breeze is literally like playing in the range.
Yeah.
So, like, Crew,
you better
who
be
are just in insane form, you gotta expect that they're gonna be taking full advantage of that when we get there. Of course, Opping is super strong on the map too, so you can see Cryo just going crazy if they get the economy rolling. But again, that is map 2. We are headed to Sunset for the first one, and I'm very curious.
Just based off the 3 maps, I think that's the best chance for an easy, quick win here. For 100 Thieves.
Oh, really?
I think based on the way that the map plays, like a Split, a Lotus, those sort of maps are really, really good for Crew, right? Where you can really work the map control very well. Whereas on Sunset, I think there's a lot more room for, obviously, map control, yes. All the maps, you want to do that. But I think for a lot more gimmicky ideas and those post-plan ideas on that B site where you just basically rely on spray if you can find your way to force your way on the site.
Interesting that we're getting the Sova here. Not extremely common on this map.
It was common in the offseason. Which
earlier on, which clearly fell out of the meta. I mean, most teams at this point, they're running like the KO Gecko, Gecko Breach, stuff along those. Any kind of initiator combo that is going to make your Gecko utility very valuable. And the wingman on this map gets tons of value too, being able to plant on the stairs over on the B site when you get through elbow,
And
so
just
easy to plant side A.
spam
So.
while he goes for defuse too, like on both sides. I think that's the case. I don't think that you can't combo Sova and Gecko, but so far I'm not really seeing where they're gonna go with it as a double initiator type of thing.
So far, KRU, they're playing what is evidently the LATAM comp on this map. I mean, we saw Lev play with this against NRG, and it was just destructive how you can time breach flashes to make people turn while the dizzy goes up, blinds everyone.
It's really nice. I mean, it's really nice. We saw EG play it, or play a similar variation with the fade, and we'll have the Asuna raise, right? No cryo jet or anything like that, which we don't expect at this point in the season either. I mean, obviously he's been flexing a lot more. I think this is very interesting here for 100 Thieves.
For sure. I'm definitely looking at how they're going to operate with that Sova Gecko as the double initiator.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Our pre-game checklist is complete. Ta-da! So let's get into the first pistol round and send things over to our casters. Riot Games Arena, make some noise, because here comes Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think as we think about this series, we've got to set the stakes right from the top, right? Because yes, both of these teams have qualified for playoffs. So what's at stake? Dre here is huge for KRU. They win this, they're the #1 seed. You're one series away from Shanghai. The advantage is insane.
Yeah, and on the flip side, if you don't, you have a chance of getting eliminated in one match. So there's a lot at stake right now for both of these teams. I mean, 100 Thieves have a better chance to get a even better seed than what they have. And this is going to be a crazy game because we haven't seen 100 Thieves play on the 2 maps that we're about to see. We're about to see 100% Sunset. We haven't seen them play it yet. They've had the pleasure of watching KRU play this map before, and we saw what they did. Zix even talking about how they countered C9 on Bind specifically. So look for things and signs here for 100 Thieves to abuse KRU on their defaults.
They're going to have their work cut out for them. Again, the #1 team in Americas right now, currently sitting undefeated.
Yeah, Heat has been such a crazy addition to the roster.
Oh boy. Asuna getting the opener, satcheling away, feeling the pressure either which way. A little bit of damage out there from KRU though. A response just at the right time from EU, who honestly doesn't get talked about enough. The value he's been able to provide for this team has been insane. Often asked to be the one to hold things by himself. EU is the unsung hero of this 100 Thieves squad.
He's so mechanically talented. Even last year on M80, I mean, some of the clips this guy was hitting were so clean, so sharp. And KRU, after the big cut of noise with that brawl in mid, they just decided to death ball up onto this A site. But Boostio has a really good setup here.
He's by himself.
And he gets one tap by Shy.
Dude, the setup doesn't matter when Shy's shooting like that.
I mean, he just got insta.
And now the spike is planted. They've got plenty of time to set themselves up. And I think the biggest kicker here, Klaus has all of this utility left. He still has so much to play with.
You have to do anything. Bang does have an Omen flash on the other side. And it's perfect.
I thought they were going to try to combine the dart with it. You know, maybe get a little bit more info, but they decide to swing, and they swing into their depths.
And you can hear the fans already going ballistic over here. And this was just a big scrap in mid. Asuna did a great job of getting the entry, but the trades were just too good for KRU. They're just a unit that's been honestly so solid. They don't really do anything too crazy, too out of the normal playbook, but a big focus of theirs that you can tell in their gameplay has been their spacing and their trading. And they just got like a swag to them recently that even when you see them on the walkouts go on stage, it just looks like they're vibing, feeling it.
Vibes seem to reign supreme. At least that has been the case. For KRU here, though, a gun advantage. They've got a Vandal. They've got, holy smokes, dude. They have so much. A Vandal, a Phantom, and 2 Bulldogs.
Yeah. I mean, Klaus barely had to use any of his breach utility in that last round, like you pointed out.
Yeah. And so it's a conversation we have to revisit again because 100 Thieves are deathballing towards B. It doesn't seem like that's where the hit is headed. Gives us a moment to discuss what KRU could potentially do here. Given this heavy investment of weapons, assuming they get through this relatively cleanly, they're into a bonus round, and it's effectively a gun round.
Yeah, and Heat's already 3 orbs into his Gecko ult. And this is an ult that we like to see a lot of these teams on attack, especially after they win the bonus, to try to farm up. So you have it for that first gun round of 100 Thieves.
Crew being so methodical about this, and wisely so. Don't want to walk into any traps or any shenanigans that may be waiting. We've got a good crowd today.
Opa, opa.
So let's see here what they decide to do. Crew pushing into spawn.
I mean, they're hunting these kills. They don't want 100 Thieves to save.
Yeah.
I mean, not save, but not die to bomb, honestly.
And they've got all the Cypher utility from Shy to make sure they've got the trips to confirm their presence, the cam to make sure they know where they are. So they're set up super well here to make sure that that doesn't become a problem.
Yeah, and they definitely know exactly where 100 Thieves are at right now. Or at least they should.
Yeah.
Kesnet.
You can hear the trample. Kesnet gets 2 steps closer to having his ult online. Nothing is saved here for 100 Thieves. They won't fall to the spike. They fall to the hands of Crew.
As expected, to be honest, in an anti-eco round. The way that they played it, though, is interesting. Their approach is what I like the most. They did a huge contact play, and I think you're going to see more of this in the gun rounds and etc. until they start getting some ults and snowballing in that way. But their spacing on how they do everything is so good that even if there is a player that's on an off angle, the trade will most likely be coming in right away. And that's what you need to do against a team like 100 Thieves, who also have a bunch of shooters.
And now we enter the ever-important third round, where you see the guns for Crew. They roll in abundance. Heat 1 point away from having his ult, and now just comes online. So, again, you've got 5 rifles. Yeah, that's crazy. You've got 5 rifles, you have an ult, and you've got an open sight.
No way. Wait, that trip would have hit had Kesnet actually landed the rollout, but he dinked his head on top.
And he still gets a kill onto EU. They've got Shy controlling the map, the middle covered. You imagine it's going to be a late reaggress. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves trying to figure out how they can fill in on the space that they've lost. The paranoia is going to buy so much time in there. Shy goes, waiting for the right moment. Looking to make a move. Heat falls. And Shy is on the prowl. He's going to spot all 3. Only able to get 2, but that very well may be all he needed to do. Bang left alone. 85 HP, no armor. The bonus, the way of Crew.
This Crew crowd is hyping the team up like crazy. But into that round is pretty much what I said. If you can get that Gecko ult online, yeah, they didn't get any big value off of it, but they understood that it was a clear sight and that 100 Thieves were playing retake on it. And EU, I mean, off angles like that tend to work from time to time, so I don't blame him for taking that. Kesnet just got the upper hand in that peak. But the big thing is what I was talking about with the trading of Crew, right? Boostio gets a kill on somebody on site, and then instantly a breach flash comes out for Melzer, and Melzer gets the trade. It's so clean.
They play so well together. They fight in droves, and you often, much like we've seen in the first couple of rounds here, see their opposition get overwhelmed.
Back to me.
And so Crew here, once again, have made themselves a really nice cushion.
Oh, look at that breach.
The fault line cryo dropped. Asuna seemingly due for a similar fate. 100 Thieves rotate everyone here. They're going to use the neural theft. With a minute left on the clock, they have options aplenty. Bang is the only one to try to hold the line here. He gets on the other side of the door, repositions, buys some time with the smoke, and boy, is he playing with fire. Meanwhile, he has been lost.
Side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just by the book right now.
A little pump fake to suggest the rotation out. And Crew just waltz right in.
That's Rocket online for the next round. And notably, another gun round for 100 Thieves. When you win the pistol, when you win the bonus, and you farm the right orbs on the right characters, you can have these explosive ults that allow you to swing rounds that shouldn't maybe be in your favor, like a bonus round when you don't have the best weaponry and etc. Cryo, on the other hand, does have his own Thrash online in an early time out here for 100 Thieves to, you know, hopefully stop the bleeding of this snowball that we've been seeing teams have so often lately.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it all weekend, and honestly, this is a great example of what happens when this thing gets rolling, right? Like, and it goes back to the pistol. It goes back to them, to Crew being able to find an advantage there, and then this cascading effect just rolls. And so, of course, if you're Zix, yeah, you kind of have to call timeout here, settle things down a little bit. Maybe there are some adjustments that they can make from the macro perspective, but the truth is they've been on the back foot from the first round.
Yeah, and honestly, nobody has really even had a chance to shoot much of their gun. Like, it really hasn't came down to like a nice 1v1 or anything like that. It's, if anybody from 100 Thieves gets a kill, it's instantly traded. And that's so impressive out of the side of KRU, and it's a testament to how good they've done all stage. I don't know what happened with this roster when they picked up Heat, but he brought something to this team, whether it was the vibes or there was just an extra guy that can hit the head.
Yeah, a little extra fire.
It's put them over the edge.
Yeah, and I think Shy has also been incredible as an addition for this squad. Currently sitting at 6-1.
Yeah.
He and Heat, this tandem has I mean, honestly proven to be the spark that they needed, and it couldn't have come at a better moment.
Yeah, and Shy, like, he doesn't always have pop-off performances, but I feel like a lot of the times people just don't go to his site. And if they did more, he would actually have like an all-star performance. Maybe in the next half, we'll see.
Well, and the truth is, when you got Kesnet and Heat on your team, you don't have to be that, right? I mean, you've got shooters around you.
Yeah.
So an interesting approach here from KRU, a quiet one, no interest in controlling the middle of the map. A lean towards B, and they're finding some of the side for the utility.
Yeah, but most notable is that Shy is the one that peeked first and broke the camera. So they might think it's only a lurk until this Raze nade came out. They might have thought it was only a lurk, and that's why you see the rotations coming from the side of 100 Thieves.
That's a really good point. Kesnet pulls the trigger on his rocket. Again, nothing to be found, but space to be gained. Oh, he spotted Boostio. I thought Boostio was going to be able to get away with it. And that's all it took. All it took to get the side out, to get the space you're looking for, and now to force 100 Thieves into a post-plant situation. Cryo does have his ult. Maybe you leverage that to snatch a round away, a desperately needed one.
Here comes the reflank from Shy, but there is a trip on him. Oh no, there isn't.
It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Kesnet gets 4. Asano in a 1v4. Not a single target found.
And I mean, what do you do when you're just getting insta'd by one guy? And if not, you get traded.
Yeah.
This is so crazy from KRU. They have so much momentum this entire stage. And Kesnet actually shining right now. I mean, he just used Rocket in that round. He's already halfway to another one.
That's crazy.
And then you have Heat again during this basically anti-eco, thrifty, weird buy that 100 Thieves has. He's going to have another Gecko online potentially in this same round.
Right, yeah.
And this is the snowball I was talking about. They used Rocket there. Boostio stuck around for a little bit too long, and he got picked off. Gives you all the sight for free. Gets you a 5v4, and then, man, sometimes it's just all she wrote when you're on the retake.
Every single step, KRU's almost perfectly taking.
And they have like a good mix of pace right now, you know, like in a lot of these anti-eco rounds, they kind of just cut noise, see what's going on, contact up. And another first blood for Kesnet.
You wonder here too if they're expecting Cryo's position.
Yeah, and you see how they just cut Noisier after that kill, expecting 100 Thieves to push something, maybe an extremity, maybe be in B main.
And I think they understand that the middle of the map is so weak. Bang was playing so far back, and look where EU's having to rotate through. Concerned about what could be happening.
It's just the death ball mentality right now for KRU. They really haven't had to do much. Shy tends to be the solo guy on the opposite side of the map that will go for a reflank or a lurk up off of the actual hit. But when it comes to B, it's not something you need right away. They do get delayed in the choke here, though.
Wingman's not able to find his mark. The smokes start to come out from Bang. Remember, their guns are not great. Just Stingers and a Guardian in the hands of Cryo, who's currently out of play. Is that going to be enough? EU with one. Shy on the swing as EU claims the second. I mean, Kesnet once again flirting with the ace. The name will buy some time. The spike has been planted. And Kesnet has his ult online again.
He spotted his barrel.
Oh! The ace delivered by Kesnet. Dre, this has to be some of the most suffocating Valorant as far as the meta goes that I think we've ever seen.
It's just crazy how teams are able to snowball. He has another rocket, but finally 100 Thieves, they have a lot of their own ults online now, and they might have to invest multiple to stop the momentum from KRU. Kesnet has been averaging more than 2 kills a round so far.
That's just ridiculous. And he gets
won't
another.
stop.
Cryo was there on the trade. EU's ult invested.
So scary right now.
And now things slow down. There's one ult used. How many more will they have to get? How many more will have to be invested in order to get around on the board? The ever elusive first continues to evade 100 Thieves, and maybe this is where they find their footing.
With the way that KRU is playing this attack side, if I'm 100 Thieves, I want to get an op up online ASAP, because they're just walking into space. So you can actually get free kills just holding an off angle and whatnot. Very similarly to how Busio just did.
Kills coming through. Shy's on the flank, and surely they know at this point he's done it. So many rounds. Bang, wise to it.
Nice.
100 Thieves finally get on the board.
Yeah, they finally stopped the bleeding, and that was a nice little set play. Yeah, Kesnet got an insta-kill in B main, but it was all a drawn-up play. EU actually invested that Sovault, honestly, towards that like top mid A side of the map, and he was able to hit a lot of that lobby and get a trade.
Yeah.
Get a tag amongst the chaos.
And then this hold here was really nice. I mean, they got the kills they needed, and they got them when they needed to get them. So for 100 Thieves, they get their kill. They still have, or their round, excuse me. Busio and Austin to carry their ults into the next. Now we'll see how KRU responds.
I must wait a moment.
Early mid utility used for KRU, just basic default stuff. Gecko flash. Klaus would be there with a stun out, had it connected on anybody. So 100 Thieves have seen this before, and they should be aware that KRU has this mid control, and this drone should secure that information as well. Unless they all hide from it.
Well, and the concern for how far they've scaled. Oh, they're investing. 2 ults used. Asuna drops heat. Can Kesnet find a similar target? Bang, having to reposition. Paranoia buying some time. Shy will fall as 100 Thieves continue to try to hold them back. KRU have gotten all the way into spawn, but again, Busio, his timing could be big here. Asuna with 3 on the round. Kesnet and Melser, perfect nade, trying to win this thing on their own. I mean, there's really nowhere for them to go from here. Understanding there's one, and Busio patient with the contain. Melser will fall. Kesnet will too.
Asuna just went huge in B main. He satcheled over the Gecko ult and got the kill onto Heat. Had that not happened, they would have been pinched with a rocket coming from Market and a Gecko ult from the choke. So that little micro decision that Asuna just made, solo won them the round.
Mid.
That was beautiful.
And when you're getting beaten like that, you have to look towards your star to make a play. And that's, again, exactly what Asuna does. So into the 9th round we go. And ult for Boosty. Still plenty of money on the attack side. Oh, they've taken so much space to be main already. And that trip from Shy is so shallow.
It didn't get broken though, so. Oh, now it's broken. Now KRU, if they do decide to go A, they're gonna have to worry about their flank. They have all this A space for free, and now they're going top mid. It's an A pinch.
They've messed around with the middle of the map a lot. Bang's Paranoia timing is perfect. But then the reaggress. They want to take this fight, and it may have been ill-advised. Bang keeping him back.
Bomb down mid.
The 1-2 punch is just too much. And he's got now, but a 1v3. Cryo with ult. And now the nade soaring through the sky. Melser gets caught with utility out as Bang gets to 400 Thieves. They're back online.
And this is what's been so impressive with this team, is that, yeah, they were getting rolled for the first 6 rounds. It felt like for sure.
Oh, they were, 1000%.
But they stopped the bleeding because they were able to build up their ult economy. So if you're not hitting every single shot, you can at least win with the utility. And now they're at a point where everyone's warmed up and they look like they're ready to get the trades. The comms are on point. The trades are better.
Yeah, the round's
looking
The
really
rounds
good.
just come in bunches. Yeah. Right, 6 in a row for Crew. Now 3 for 100 Thieves as Crew Visa calls a timeout. An opportunity to slow things down for just a moment. And this is also, I mean, we're starting to see 100 Thieves put a dent into this Crew economy, but it's still not really much. I mean, Shy's down to very little. Kesnet has taken a little bit of a hit financially, but the truth is, Crew still have plenty to play around.
And so far, Crew, they've played a pretty standard style, whether it's a 4-1 or just a death ball.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering in this timeout, maybe we throw a fake, maybe we throw a little feints and try to beta rotate out, and then we hit another site as a death ball. But we haven't seen that so far. Cryo has another Gecko ult online for a retake or maybe another aggro play if Asuna gets breach stunned here or anything like that for support.
Where do they decide to go from here? We've talked about how they like to play around the middle of the map. EU again, top mid by himself. Try to figure it out. I love where Bang plays here. He can drop a Paranoia into B main if he needs to take a fight. He can drop a Paranoia into mid if EU gets overwhelmed. And Asuna is taking the space.
Oh,
that's perfect.
That's just a hard read from EU in that scenario. He understands how Crew have been approaching the mid take. So this time, he does a drone on his own little early timing. Catching Klaus off guard and getting a spam kill through the smoke. That was just a free low.
And again, it's a guy who doesn't get his flowers enough. Big opening kill, and now Crew, given all the space. I was gonna say, given all the space 100 Thieves have on the map, Crew are forced into A, into the Killjoy, or into the Cypher utility, excuse me. But EU falling makes things certainly more difficult, and it doesn't seem like they're slowing down anytime soon. Boosty
God.
swinging into his death. And I mean, it's beginning to crumble. Asuna falls once more. Cryo in a 1v4. He's gonna get a kill, but that's all it'll be. Kesnet with 3 and Crew up to 7.
And that was without any breach util. They just walked right into A. Crew have done a really good job of identifying when 100 Thieves are playing a retake setup. And that's important because that allows them to walk into the site, not have to blow any of their utility, and then they have it for when the retake actually comes in. In this case, they didn't really need any utility because their aim is just on point right now. But had they needed to resort to that, they would have had it in the bag. And Kesnet is sitting on 20 kills in 10 rounds. He's not slowing down.
Well, Asuna slowed him down there.
I did it again, but the trade
is perfect.
Like I said.
Yep. You've talked so much about the spacing that they have and how they're able to pick up.
It's just a death ball.
The flash in the face of Cryo.
Oh, no.
Fight, and Melser wins it out. A 4v3, Melser weak. Ult in the hands of Klaus. And now that the tip of the spear has been blunted, how do Crew approach this round?
They're just holding, waiting for any mistake, maybe a re-clear from 100 Thieves, but 100 Thieves don't need to have anybody on this B site because they have an aggro cam from Boostio, and Boostio also was walked all the way down mid, so they will have 3 players here for the site, but there is a breach ult online for Klaus and full utility as well.
Off your feet!
There it is. The waves of the Rolling Thunder look to collide with the defenses that are there, but nothing connects. Bang was able to sidestep it. 100 Thieves able to hold the line. The Paranoia out. It's going to buy some space, but the flash in his face, he has to turn it. He has to find some room. And Bang gets to Shy in a clutch situation. Shy, who's been good for this squad, cannot deliver.
That was a sick retake from 100 Thieves, and Bang actually dodged that breach ult by TPing towards the box of A main. And I liked what Crew were cooking up there, but the problem is 100 Thieves had a full read that they were there. And yeah, you have the numbers game. The trades just didn't go their way this time. Bang went huge once again. And even just that micro decision to like turn the flash in the moment as he's entering in, I mean, that's what makes him so good as a player.
Goes here.
20-7 for Kesnet in the first half. I'm confirming, but I'm pretty sure that's the most kills we've ever seen in a half, which is just ridiculous.
Asuna should be aware that breach reclear utility will be coming out here because it happened previously on an anti-eco round.
Instantly back in with the soul ball. Yeah, the timing on that's perfect, but Klaus drops him back. And now we're starting to see the fights across the middle of the map. EU able to steady the crosshair and get the kill onto Meltzer. And again, he pushes forward. Trying to find some space. Trying to tuck behind enemy lines. EU in a position to play spoiler once more. Oh! All of that info just to be kept back by the trip. No satchel, no TP, nothing.
And Bang is on top of this CT box. This usually is always good for one. They stunned it though.
No ult to their name. They have to do with the guns they have. They're ahead of the smoke already, but Bang finds the timing. Tuck's tail tries to get away. Shy goes hunting, and Bang drops him too.
He's online.
Klaus, a 1v3, a shock in his lap. EU gets 3.
What a great comeback from 100 Thieves in this half. I mean, this was looking like disaster for a second. Crew were up 6-0. In the remaining 6 rounds, 100 Thieves were able to snag 5 of them to give them a chance to close this map out. And with the Sova and Gecko comp that 100 Thieves are running, we've seen them run stuff like this on Haven before. I know it's been a long time since Haven's been in the map pool, but they tend to do really well with defaulting with comps like this. Completely different map, I understand, but
a similar idea.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. We're going to throw it down to the desk to break down the first half. The rounds came in bunches. Fellas, what do you think?
Well, yeah, we definitely have to talk about that first half. It was phenomenal, a phenomenal showing from Crew. In particular, Kesnet just
right now, it's looking like an old Crew stat line. Like, honestly, it's giving last year's LCQ. He was going crazy. I mean, the first 7 rounds, he took the first duel on all 7 rounds and won 6 of them.
That's crazy.
Like, that is absurd. Nasty work.
Yeah, he was beasting, and I think that made it really difficult for 100 Thieves to get into this. But they did, honestly. This was a 5 rounds in a row here for 100 Thieves. I think it started off with a really nice idea from EU trying to shut down some of the B main aggression that Kesnet was putting out there. But yeah, this is just absurd. 20 and 8 in the first half. Actually, I think he might have 21. The guy is frying, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. But I mean, in the last couple of rounds, just getting a couple early entries, getting 1 early pick or something like that, knocking a few players low, that sort of thing has been helping 100 Thieves tremendously at stopping exactly what Crew wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to say, though, how is Kesnet so good, though? Smiley
How is he so good? I mean, it's what Austin was saying before the game. They've got to shoot them. They've got to shoot them.
But they are, though. They actually are.
No, but they did step it up. They did step it up. And I'm excited to see what they've got with this Sova on attack. A lot of times when you're playing Sova on these maps where it's less common, it kind of makes me think of like Calm back in the day on Fraction last year, where a lot of the util gets so much value because you're just not used to having to be conscious of where things are coming in.
I think it's a lot harder to play that style on attack side, though. You saw a lot of times those defense close chokes, those long-range ults, that's what EU was relying on, and I don't know if you can get that same sort of thing on attack.
Yeah, well, let's get this second half underway. We're going to toss it back to our casters, Doug and Baby Bang.
Thank you so much. It was an interesting first half. You got to give them that. Records were broken. I believe Aspas had the record was 17 kills and a half, now broken by Kesnet. Seen Cryo play Gecko for the first time. I think that's what that. Yeah, his first appearance as Gecko in 412 matches. That's insane.
I mean, he's really worked in this offseason to become a more flexible player for his team, and that's why you're seeing a lot of success. But Crew are running it down.
Holy, they're actually just running it down mid. Bang continues to farm.
They may have been running it down, but they ran it down into the crosshairs of Bang, and he just one-tapped 2 players, it looked like.
Ran it down a little bit too far. Asuna gets another 3 on the round for him. The pistol was over in a blink of an eye.
The 1-2 punch we've seen so many times before for 100 Thieves. It doesn't matter what iteration.
Can someone buy me?
Bang is having a hell of a map right now. And Asuna getting 3 into that round puts him almost towards halfway on that ult. So you know, it's more common we see the Geckos try to farm ults and etc. But this time, they're probably going to be farming most of the orbs on Asuna, trying to get that rocket online for the bonus, because it seems like the state of the game right now is snowballing. Getting an ult online for that bonus round, and if you could snag that one away, your economy is set for almost the entire game.
Oh, I mean, we saw it in the first half for KRU.
Yeah.
6 rounds in a row off of that. And mind you, it was the Gecko ult, if I'm not mistaken, but either way, the idea is the same. We'll see if 100 Thieves can continue to push the pace on this. They have 4 rifles to their name.
And I thought they would farm the orb onto Asuna, but they still decide to just go with the Gecko. Why not? We'll probably get ult.
I mean, it's just such a short ult to get, too. I mean, just 7 points to bring it online. You can use it twice in a round if you play your cards right. It's just so effective.
Bang is in the flow state right now, Doug.
He just can't miss.
He's instaing people that are appearing on his screen. He's killing people that aren't as well. This is such a weird game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, they're just trying to find any kills they can with the poor weaponry that they have, and really only one comes through.
Cryo went into this round with 1 ult orb, and now he's only 2 off. And this is why you see Gecko just in the meta right now.
Yeah.
In general. The character's so good. It's so easy to farm ults. Even when you use the actual ult, any kill you get after that applies even more towards it in the round.
And again, you can get 2 in a round, right? If you move it back towards you, you can pick it back up and use it again. So, yeah, Gecko's really freaking strong.
Gecko's
right
nice.
And we'll see if we'll see if that's their approach, if that's their game plan. I would imagine it is. What I'm curious about is how 100 Thieves choose to do it, because if we're thinking about it, KRU probably are as well. They want to get that Gecko ult online.
Yeah.
And KRU have invested in denying the A orb, but they've left the B one open.
Then you just get B for free, and it's this constant game of cat and mouse that we see these teams doing. A lot of teams call it like a seesaw. Oh, Kezen almost takes the head off of Cryo there. He's at 1 HP.
Plant the spike.
Oh, it's much easier said than done. And again, you see this utility soar out. They roll out onto the site. Lucio's going to be hitting a late flank through market, but Keznit has got behind him. Lucio with the lurk through mid, though. He's perfect timing. He's got to find it real fast, though, because the rest of the control's being lost. Shy, detained. Numbers for KRU. They're tucked so far back. That's a big one from EU, but he's going to have to deliver more. 1 is not enough here. With a paranoia in his face, he tries to catch a timing. Nothing is found. Can Cryo do what he could not? No. EU's left alone. They know his position. He's got to swing into it, and he can't find anything. So off of this defuse, Klaus 2 away from having his ult online.
Yeah, and I like KRU's approach to this retake. They were actually playing up in sight. Keznit took a very aggressive angle at first.
Right.
They fall back into CT as the actual hit utility comes out. 400 Thieves, they understand, we're going to hit on your hit. The breach stun comes out, Gecko Flash comes out, and they're just going to flood out into sight.
They fully send and commit, yeah.
And that's why you saw Asuna get punished on that default box. Nowhere to go, really.
And it's that chemistry and that fighting together that we were talking about from KRU in the first half. You saw it here on the second half. The idea is the same. They scrap and they scrap together.
KRU did what 100 Thieves could not, and that's win that bonus round. And Cryo invested the Gecko ult as well into that.
Now it's EU who's close to having his online, so he grabs that orb. That cam is crazy.
Yeah, it's...
You have to commit so far if you want to clear it.
And you can't actually hear it on unless he toggles it on and off, so you might even just walk into the site or do a hit
and not
without knowing that there's a camera on you the whole time until you pop your head around.
Boostio, the only one without advanced weaponry.
Man.
And he's isolated.
KRU are so willing to just take a gunfight in mid. I mean, for a good reason, right? 3 players there. I don't know if they saw Boostio on the minimap there.
I don't think so either.
They're already leaning towards this B hit. This is a very aggro trip.
Boosty can call this off. That's exactly what he's doing. The problem is Melser is taking space A main. And now there's really nowhere to go. You've lost your timing B, you've lost contain A, and you've got Heat who's taking so much space mid.
30 seconds left.
Paranoia to try to find some room to work with. Meltzer has to take a step back, but Heat's in such a good spot. If he can find the timing, but 100 Thieves with no real option than to push forward. There's Heat arriving just the right time. Meltzer's joining in on it. EU's left alone, a 1v2. The spike planted. Plenty of time, but the kill's in favor of KRU again.
Some warning shots there as well right after. I did like the approach into this round from 100 Thieves. Had Busio gotten that kill on the Melzer, that's
It's
a
a
whole
free
different round.
round. Oh,
Yeah,
1000%.
exactly. So you see what they set up. They did an early B main control default and then cut noise. And KRU were 3-man peeking down mid, getting no info at all. So that, of course, Melzer is going to start taking that A space, pushing up, and everyone's going to lean towards B. 100 Thieves wanted that to happen. Maybe if Busio had an actual rifle in that round, it's a different scenario that we're in right now.
It's really hard to stress the importance of that kill because, as you were mentioning, that decided the round.
Yeah, and we're seeing right now the difference in having a breach and a difference in having a Sova for each team. 100 Thieves, they can't really do a lot of explosive plays right away because if you run into that fault line, you're gonna get punished, especially especially in the early chokes. So they kind of have to play a little bit of a dragged out info game and try to bait out rotates like they did in that last round. And maybe even Busio, he is the IGL, he was in that mid area, he understood that 3 players were just sitting in the top of mid. That could be something they punish as well. Maybe they do another B default, and then as those players are rotating over, they try to set up some kind of play, maybe a double swing in mid and try to kill them on that cross.
Yeah, potentially push into spawn. We've seen teams do that a lot, where they try to scale up. But it does not look like it's going to be a B default. It's a heavy lean A. Only one not close by is EU.
The bomb's going towards B.
Oh, the timer's not moving.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Say it ain't so. Is it Busio?
It's the mouse again, isn't it?
It's not. It's not Busio this time.
Oh, he's getting up.
Oh, man. I mean, hey.
We don't know what's going on.
I was going to say, when you got to go, you got to go.
I thought about saying it too. But once we figure out what's going on, we'll keep you all informed. Obviously,
I mean, he sprinted off the stage, I think.
We can guess. We can speculate. But the truth is, he's not in his chair anymore. So, again, once we figure out what's going on, we'll keep you all informed. But for now, a quick tech pause. Tech pause player.
The alts, in other hands, they're all coming online for both. So this is going to be, honestly, the next 2 rounds are going to dictate, I think, who really takes control of this map. And that's going to come down to who uses the least amount of alts and who can actually win the rounds with the least amount of alts, in my opinion. If one of these teams is able to just snowball in that way, get a free round like KRU did, you know, 1 rocket going in or 1 gecko ult.
Or 1 ace.
Yeah.
Something like that, just a free one.
Yeah, with 20 HP. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, this guy's got a deep playbook.
I mean,
that was like four sheets of paper.
He's also someone that we really don't talk about enough. What Adam's been able to do with this squad. He was around during the dark days of KRU, right?
Yeah.
He saw the lowest of the low, and then he was there for the crazy LCQ run, and now he's here watching this addition of Heat and Shine, how good they've been.
Yeah,
it's been really impressive.
He had this tweet that he said, or he had an interview that Dryad interpreted, and it was, we don't care about the table or the seed or who won or anything. We only want to compete, play, and have the chance to try it. If we win, we will go back and give it our all. If we lose, we will go back and give it our all. And I mean, that's a testament to the mental going in to this match and this year in general. It's been such a refreshing approach, and even Kesnet has had words saying, oh, I've been working a lot on keeping my composure and etc. within the team. And we already know he's an elite duelist. Probably one of the best in the league statistically right now.
Yeah.
One of the
Hard to
best,
argue.
for sure. And it just seemed like he would get frustrated in those times, kind of feeling like a one-man army, but now he has complete and utter faith in his team, as he should. Everyone's been stepping up. Melzer has been having great games.
And he just sat back down. Nice timing. So we should be getting back into the game here very soon, but you're right. I mean, I think in a state where the game feels like it's at its most volatile, for KRU to have that mentality going in every single weekend, every single match, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the outcome, I think, as you were mentioning, it's just a testament to the success that they've had. It's clearly working. The formula works.
Yeah, and I like their humble approach too. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Because they know they're good.
And it's all clicking at just the right time. Again, the stakes for KRU here are I mean, the magnitude of them are enormous. They win this, they're one series away from qualifying for Shanghai.
Yeah, that's nuts.
A team that didn't have a great year last year. The rags to riches story here is insane.
Yeah. And even in kickoff, right? Like not much success there either.
Yeah.
So they really turned it around in a short period of time, and heat was a big factor in that. That being said, we're going into this next round, and 100 Thieves have a bit of a scrappy buy, and they're going to change the pace right here.
That looks like a satchel setup. Asuna pushing forward, but he gets scooped. Has to take the fight, and it's just too much.
That's what I was talking about, the difference between the breach and the Sova. It can be hard to go for plays like that, and you saw, I mean, Asuna's pathing there was really good, but nobody was there to shoot the Gecko Eye.
And that was with him dodging the
yeah, he dodged the fault line
too, yeah.
Now Klaus, he has the breach ult online. And ideally, if you're KRU, you want to win this clean, not use any of your ults.
Yeah. And you've got plenty of them. And they're high impact ones too.
I mean, they're close to having all 5 ults online. Same thing for the other side as well for 100 Thieves. So that's why I was stressing how important these next 2 rounds are going to be to not only get the ult economy, but to set up the future rounds.
46 seconds left in the round. Finally, some pressure alleviated.
A little over-eager there, and that's an upgrade for Bang. And I mean, he's been at the top of the scoreboard for 100 Thieves this entire match, so.
And his rifle will join Cryo's.
There's always a chance. And now if you're KRU, you might be forced to invest in ult.
Yep.
Because it's not that clean of a round.
They've got him here.
Oh man!
As the calls, this is getting real slippery, real messy, but it seems like it's finally stabilizing for KRU. Bang with 15 HP and 10 seconds left. The spike out of reach.
10 seconds left.
That one's going into the next round.
Yeah, not a bad save here because, I mean, he maybe would have had to been on light armor next round. Now he could probably fully invest, get full armor on with the save of the Vandal, but I mean, they almost brought it back. It's just when you're up numbers like that, KRU are playing these scenarios really well. He tucking on the default box. Kesnet knows he has to break that drone for him. That's the punish that we saw earlier in the round. On the other side of the map, I didn't even realize that Shy got the best of Boosty.
Well, I think the important thing too about that round is, as you mentioned, they needed to get through that. Maybe not super cleanly, but they did it without investing the ults that they had, right? So they still have Klaus's ult, they still have Heat's ult. And a desire to aggress mid once more. Remember, we saw this in the pistol and it did not go their way. This time it's got a different flavor to it.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit more of a split, and they've got him trapped.
No value though.
That looked like it could have been electric, but Heat has to take a step back.
Yeah, they just have to get out now. Play the retake with the breach ult.
Manages to preserve his life. Melser playing up close in the smoke. Asuna not far off.
Oh.
Is he gonna get hit? Oh, he doesn't get hit. Asuna's in a position to make a huge play. Only one foul though. His KRU are able to keep him back. Numbers in favor of the defense, and they're only getting worse. KRU up to 11.
That was a sick retake from KRU again. Asuna probably could have gotten more than one there for sure, but it's just the trading that I was talking about. On that retake, we actually saw Melzer also TP behind Asuna on top of that box towards A. That little double box. It's just so many things going well right now for KRU, and they're doing things together, right? It's so explosive. It can feel so overwhelming when a team has the spacing that they have and they're also just 5 players online hitting every headshot.
The rounds again in bunches, this time for KRU. We're now up 4.
Oh, that scan, Shy!
Twice! Gotta be dead. And Asuna plays that perfectly, gets his kill, and then Satchel's back. Stays alive. No real punish. Now they cut noise. This is... I really like what 100 Thieves are doing here.
Yeah, they're letting it cook, but proactivity from the other side. You see KRU taking all of the mid real estate.
Yeah, they're really not the type to just sit back and wait to see what 100 Thieves will show them. So Heat has gone exploring.
Kesnet will get first contact on this hit. How many is he good for?
The trip will keep him back.
The flank!
He still gets him. That's insane.
Got you on the drone.
I don't... Now Heat was trying to get away. Bang's there to receive, and just like that, the map's open once more. It's gonna be a foot race towards A. Kesnet will be the first here. And so far, he is alone.
No,
Klaus.
he runs through the smoke.
Oh my gosh.
30 seconds left.
Klaus doesn't have his fault line up either. It should be up soon. The paranoia in his face as Asuna tries to tuck, but position's been given away. Meltzer gets the last. KRU on map point.
KRU are just playing so aggressive. Match point. They're just feeling it like crazy right now. Kesnet ran through a smoke solo.
Yeah. And I got to see that Heat kill again.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was cool, but not that one. Yeah.
I mean, even that shot there is clean.
Yeah, it was filthy.
Enemy remaining.
But KRU are playing a different game right now, man. This looks like a rank game for them.
5 rounds in a row. 100 Thieves digging into what they can find.
Gosh.
Any bit of hope. Meltzer dropping the dizzy, but getting dropped in return, but Kesnet fills the space. Bang able to punch back. Through the madness of that round, we're settled to 2 apiece. Bang looking, trying to land the shots onto 1. 13-7 for the LATAM representatives. KRU are not slowing down.
They look great. They're so confident in everything they're doing. Kesnet's taking every single timing possible right now. This is just one of those games where going into the next map, 100 Thieves need to just reset and be aware of the randomness that KRU is playing with right now and the level of proactivity that they're playing at as well, especially on the defensive side. When a team is feeling it like this, you have to be able to hold the default and be able to punish aggression.
They've been proactive in their denying of space. They've been proactive in their fighting. They swing together. They take all these fights. Kesnet popped off. And again, you got to give it to them. They capitalized on the snowball opportunities that they had. When they had ults that were stacking, they leaned into it. They converted the bonuses that they needed to when they won their pistols. So really from top to bottom, that was an outrageously good map from KRU. And I think, we had this conversation at the beginning of the series. We had never seen 100 Thieves play Sunset. Breeze is the next map. We haven't seen them play that one either.
Yeah, and I think the good thing about Breeze is that Cryo has been known to be a menace on the jet on Breeze, so.
We'll see if he can replicate that success on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through Attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
Derek's going to run him down with the rifle in his hand. Superman still there. Adjustment of Shy.
Oh, he's going to run into the chip.
No way!
Yeah, we are joined by KRU's Adam here on stage after that first game win. And I have to ask you, overall, seeing 100 Thieves come in here playing 2 new maps, do you approach the series any differently?
No, I think we try to approach any series the same way. Like, we are a team that's really focused on ourselves. Like, we don't care too much against who we are playing or their playstyle or what they do. We just want to focus on our things, play the best as we can, and I think that can make us winners.
Well, it shows in the wins. Thank you so much, Adam. Good luck in the game.
That's right. That's a mentality to have, Coach Adam. Yeah, who cares how the other team is playing? Just focus on your team and how you all are playing. As you can see, KRU, they took Sunset 13 to 7.
No, it
did not. No,
17 to 7.
No OT.
Played out the full scrim just to body them a little bit more. That's crazy.
That was a very good game.
Yeah,
in my mind, especially after there was pretty much a big resurgence from 100 Thieves in that. I started to get impressed and started to get scared. But then all of a sudden, KRU's just like, no, we're good. We actually know how to handle your attack side now. And handle it, they did.
And when the side swap, too, it was, to me, a display of, again, like the depth of talent now that KRU has, where if that were last year, I have to feel like with Kessin slowing down in the second half, that things would have fell apart and 100 Thieves would have won that game. But now, you know, in that second half, like, you have Shy stepping up in a bunch of the late rounds to win crucial rounds.
Yeah, and here's one round where I think the pace shifted, right? You see them running down mid, you see the paranoia coming through with Kesnet pushing into tiles, you see Shy going through a Cypher cage bottom mid, and that's all to push everybody into this thrash that he just actually solo on A throwing out, and that definitely could have gotten some as 100 Thieves fall out. But as you see this, right, everything that 100 Thieves doing, they think, oh my goodness, there's 4 people who push down mid, there's only one guy here on A, we have to push into A, and that's KRU immediately giving up on that because it didn't find anything in mid, and pushing right back with that double layer that they have with Klaus having that Rolling Thunder. And obviously Asuna could have done some big damage there, just not being able to find the actual transfer in that moment. I think this idea, very, very good, where you show a lot of presence, a lot of strength, and then say, okay, actually, we don't have to do anything with this. We don't have to full commit. We still got plenty of tools to win out that round.
It's, again, the decisiveness on display from KRU, and it obviously set up with that breach all very nicely. But the way that they're all swinging together, again, they're just 2 players out of link, 2 players out of, you know, backside, and they're just all swinging in, and it's Shy again in the late round who, that trade onto Asuna was huge, gets the ult
Right
off
through the
that.
smoke,
Like, yeah, it's just, like, yeah, again, I mean, they're just doing all those little things so right, and it's because you can see the trust that they have in each other right now to be able to swing off of each other, trade for each other well. It's beautiful.
Oh, trust.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
just like I
guys.
trust you all. Well, how did this get away from 100 Thieves though? Like, is there, I mean, you talk about trust, but like, I mean, are they trusting themselves? Like, you know, on Sunset.
I do think, at least when the sides swapped to defense, I think it was rounds like the one you showed, but where KRU just really had their number on understanding which sites they were going to hit. I mean, they were just reading.
It was kind of basic.
Very well.
It was basic from 100 Thieves there. I think a big part of it has to do with the comp.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's hear what the 100 Thieves coach has to say just ahead of map 2.
Riv here, joined by Zix before their next game. The second half looked great. You guys started to come out firing, and then the post plant started to fall away. What are you seeing that's leading to this?
There was a few post plants we definitely could have been more proactive. We knew exactly what to expect coming in, but there was like just some mistakes in terms of like following through with our game plan coming into the match. So going into Breeze, we're still pretty confident. I think like at least, you know, Kesnet had an insane first half. So that, you know, we were thankfully able to recover, or else that would have looked like a really bad map. But we're still confident. Players know that they're, you know, going to aim better than them, but we just had to change like small details in the way that we played the game, and we'll bring that for Breeze.
Awesome. Thank you for the insight. Best of luck in Breeze.
Yeah, I guess, you know, how do you combat Kesnet, I guess is the question I have. I mean,
you have to hope and pray that he slows down a little bit, goes back to the average, because that, I mean, that was a crazy half from him. It was our best half.
Yeah, I know. I am expecting on Breeze, especially starting on defense. Cryo just played Gecko for the first time ever in a match. You have to assume on Breeze he's going to be playing Jet, unless they do, because again, 100 Thieves haven't played Breeze yet. I'm going to assume Cryo's going to be playing Jet here.
Proposal, Boostio on Jet.
And no.
And you're wrong.
And no. Cryo is going to be on the Jet. So if they can get this first pistol round and get the economy rolling to get the operator in his hands, Breeze obviously has super deep sight lines.
Yep.
You can see him take over the game on defense. We saw that all last year when he got that in his hands. That's when 100 Thieves looked their best.
Yeah, I think those first engagements are going to be huge. Kesnet was farming in that first map, and the shift in personnel on that first dive agent is going to be huge here. It's going to be make or break. Cryo on the Jet, I think you pointed it out. It's the basic thing to point out with these two compositions right now, that they're very standard on both sides. So yeah, that battle, it's everything.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm kind of curious. Will we get to a third map? Let's find out and send things back to your casters. Here's Doug and Baby Bay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the question on everyone's mind, will we get to map 3? Given the stakes, given the matchup, given the fact that we haven't seen 100 Thieves play this map before, you've got Cryo on Jet, you've got Kesnet on Jet. This is a matchup I'm excited for, man.
Yeah, and honestly, 100 Thieves are no slouches in general to Breeze. Honestly, one of the maps that I played against them the most was Breeze from the start of the Bang Asuna just duo that they had amongst themselves. And they were crazy. The fundamentals that they had going into this stuff has been it's just nuts. They have a lot of good protocols for retaking on A, specifically with the Cypher, and I wonder if they're going to bring that over into this new roster with Boosty, or if there's new ideas being cooked up. But Cryo is going to be the guy that really needs to step up, especially on this defensive half, to try to outduel Kesnet on those entries.
Yeah, a Kesnet who dropped 20 and a half.
Yep, and he's looking like he's going to get first contact here again on to Boosty. I say that.
Ooh, nice shot from EU to punch back. But with that, though, Cryo is fallen, EU is fallen. They do have Boosty here, and he does have a trip set up. It's cleared, and you best believe you Jets dashing into your lap. Boosty able to weather some of the pressure, but
just the trade again.
Oh,
so fast.
Flash over the top from Asuna.
Oh, but Bang's on the flank right now.
Player standing.
Perfect timing on the swing. He actually got tagged by the Sheriff as well. That might make a difference if Shy can catch Asuna here on an island.
Gotta find the perfect timing. The first kill is found, 74 HP. A jump spot to potentially bait out any bullets.
You saw him already looking towards mid.
No way. Huge from Bang. The pistol for 100 Thieves.
The name of the game in the last map was that defensive aggression that we saw KRU take. This time it's 100 Thieves, and I'm happy. I know Cryo fell right away, but he's still going for aggro plays. EU gets the 2 trades there, and then Bang is able to have all that time to flank all the way around and just be a thorn in the side of KRU.
And good on Boostio to be able to at least kill Kesnet there.
Yeah.
Right, if Boostio falls apart, all of a sudden you have more numbers favor of 100 Thieves, or of KRU, excuse me. So a kill that seemed seemingly insignificant actually had a ton of value. Cryo feeling some of the same pressure, and Kesnet daring to duel. But with the inferior weaponry, is that something you went out? Cryo's gonna try to do the same. 1 kill found. It's not onto the duelist, so he wants to dip again and dashes away.
Poison's off.
Cryo's confident right now. That was really eager, but when you have that jet dash popped, I mean, why not?
And a Guardian. I mean, knowing there are pistols on the other
He
side, the
turns
timing's
around.
not great. He's got to be careful here. Bang had his back. Now Cryo repositioning. Are they expecting Melser to be coming from the same spot just a second later? A little damage
Doesn't matter.
Bang. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. They had everything considered. Flawless round for 100 Thieves.
You already see the teamwork and the protocols that they have according to everything. That whole time we were so scared for Cryo because he left mid completely open, but Bang was dialed in on the angle the whole time.
Yep.
Wow, they haven't played this since 2022. That goes to show how long I've been playing the game for. The last time I remember playing them on this map, they were insane.
507 days.
I mean, I still have PTSD.
I feel like we've had a lot of like long streaks with 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
Talked about Ascent. Yeah. Now Breeze.
I mean, they had a rough year last year, to say the least. Boostio dodges that Sova dart in mid, and I wonder if that's prep work being done. Understanding where Klaus likes to default his dart and what the gap actually is. That's why you don't really see anybody towards the actual B site. And Cryo bought up an op into this round. Huge investment.
Wow.
Shy should have been able to see that he was scoped in with something.
So they have an op in the hands of Cryo, an outlaw in the hands of EU, on a bonus.
Oh,
Bang not able to find anything.
Another great entry from Kesnet.
And he's gonna take the space. He's already pushing up. Is there anything to help him over the top? Boostio takes care of him, but again, responded in kind. These weapons now become notably more difficult to find success with.
Shy has all of mid right now.
You have to start asking the question if it's worth saving. If Asuna can get another kill, maybe. But no.
I know exactly where you are.
Definitely want to save the op.
Yeah. Maybe EU sticks around, tries to get a fight.
That's why you see Cryo already just backing off.
Yeah, he's out.
There's no point in even challenging this. The post plants that KRU have had, they've been really, really good. Even right there, right? It's a 3v2. The whole idea is off the cam. We're gonna double swing onto the yellow area.
Right. It seems like they're trying to hunt out Cryo, and I don't think he ever shot the op, so I don't know that they know that he's saving that.
Yeah, Shy. He might have an inkling that Cryo has the op. I mean, he was in halls and he was jumping away, but sometimes you can't really tell from that far away.
Yeah.
But he knows he was dialed in on something.
Shy has just been such a menace, man. The late pressure that he applies is so good.
And much like Sunset, it's a 4-1 with him just being the solo lurk mid. So it's not anything crazy. They're not reinventing the wheel, but they're doing everything good, everything right. The spacing is right. The lurk timing is on point.
Cryo's posted up A. Heat considering creeping forward. The spike not far off behind him.
He made a couple footsteps there, though, so the crew players should know that there's some shenanigans going on this.
Remember, Bang got dropped here.
Site.
The spacing is awkward. The flash over the top, and
Oh,
Kesnet
no.
slipped the net as the wall. Oh, Bang gets a kill. Cryo gets another. Shy's gonna get the best of EU. Nothing he can do there. And Austin is on an island.
Perfect flash.
One enemy remaining.
What a perfect setup.
Spike down.
What a perfect hold. Just when it seemed like they were going to get overwhelmed, they hold the line.
No one will remember that.
Suna is no joke on this map, especially with those KO flashes. That was a perfectly timed flash for Bang there. And Bang was sitting on 1 HP. He knew he had to get that kill or it was done. That 1v1.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was big. Kesnet, who usually is on point with those peaks, he got caught in the middle of a jump animation and couldn't recover from it.
I mean, and he could have won the round himself.
Yeah.
He would have gotten Bang.
If he doesn't jump, he
Cryo.
guarantees the kill.
Yeah. But so, no point in dwelling on the past and the what-ifs. Back into the action we go. A Guardian in the hands of Kesnet. But just sheriffs, or pistols, excuse me, surrounding it.
In the last 2 rounds, Asuna has been playing that A site, being a support with flashes. The crew chants are coming in.
This time he's playing B though. He's posted up with Boosty.
That's what I was gonna get at. Sorry, this crowd is so crazy today.
I got you. I think the other thing worth mentioning here is that once again, they've asked EU to hold an area of the map down by himself. This time posted up on halls. He's got the drone to clear some space and help. Viper wall goes up. Crew's intentions have been made known. That's the only weapon in the hands of the attack right now.
Oh, Bang is so low here. You should have a gap over this.
Fancy footwork keeps him alive though, and there it is.
Spike down A.
Cryo finding value at the op. Kesnet with the Guardian still. Another clean shot from EU.
Jeez.
Kesnet got his one, but that's all it'll be.
And I can already tell that 100 Thieves are so confident in their retakes.
Yeah.
That they're willing to give all of that A site and Bang, it's kind of just kill as many as you can before you go down.
Yeah,
we got
down
you.
with you, yeah.
We got you, brother. And then ultimately you just run into all these crossfires once that wall goes down. It's just so hard to actually entry onto the site. Bang stalls for so much time. And a key note, Boosty got Shy on Shy's mid lurk. So this is something you're going to see more often from 100 Thieves, is making sure that that mid lurk doesn't get a lot of value, especially once the A splits come in or the A hits come in, etc.
Well, especially too once they know that's been part of the playbook since Sunset. Starting to wise up to it. Meanwhile, Crew back with weapons. Klaus has his ult. Heat does too.
Another A split.
EU has his ult.
This time it's all faint.
He's playing from real far back. Decides to hold on to the trigger. Melser not finding any space in halls.
Cage triggered.
That's Viper smokes right off of that. 100 Thieves are aware that the mid to B is coming in.
And EU still has his ult. Cryo puts a bullet in the back of Heat's head. A blade between the eyes of Klaus.
One enemy
Nothing more
remaining.
found, but Shy's left alone. He will fall. 100 Thieves up 4 rounds. They keep EU's ult. Bang and Boostio and Asuna are close to theirs too.
So nice to watch. 100 Thieves look like they just cannot be penetrated through this defense.
This was pretty.
Oh,
shot is clean and then
sliver
instantly activates.
Enemy remaining.
The same aggressive Cryo that we've seen these last couple of weeks.
He's been sick on the jet lately.
Yep. And for now, getting the best of Kesnet. But you know with Kesnet, it's an inevitability. When does he have his moment?
Yeah.
When does the spark hit? And the spark this time might come from the crowd.
The problem is on a map like this, when the defense is playing the way that they're playing, you don't really know what the setup is.
Yeah.
Asuna is back at the B side again. Cryo just took all of A main. He's been so mobile with the op. And when you play like this, it's hard to get a read on how the defense is set up. And you run into weird traps. Now they know the KO is here. What can they do with it?
Look at those trips, man. You've got to be feeling the pressure. You've got to understand where the hit is headed now. Cryo's taking space. Kesney gets some high ground. Not able to find a target. One blade left. A flash through the wall, and he pushes forward. Finding a target. But there's more to be found. More to be grasped. Can the Guardian find any more value? Because the blades are no longer a factor. And Cryo's timing with the op is perfect. Oh, it's going to be traded. They invest it back.
So close.
A tag, but nothing else.
30 seconds left.
Silence creeps across the map, and Heat is on the flank. Cryo had taken so much space with the op, but Heat's going to catch him. There goes the op. And just like that, control seemingly reestablished. Meltzer has a weapon in hand. 13 seconds left, though. They've got to bust the move. They've got to go fast. Yeah, that was messy. 7 seconds left. They've got to get this thing down now.
Out of charges.
Kenny Yoon win this one out on his own. 35 HP, has a dart and a shock. Into the face of 3. Into this post-plant setup by KRU.
You're so disciplined.
Oh, dropped. Heat daring to swing again. The thrifty round goes the way of KRU.
Nice double swing at the end there. And even just cutting noise right there, allowing Heat to cook. They didn't press the fact. They didn't want to give 100 Thieves any chance of getting back into the round. And it was wise. They understood that Cryo was behind the entire time. I think he got tagged by a drone. This KRU, they understand what their win conditions are, and in that moment, nobody needed to do anything special. Let's just hold back sight. If somebody pushes into us, we'll try to get the trade onto them. Let Heat cook up. Got that flank onto the offer, and it was said and done.
It was perfect. It led to the thrifty. And it's just showing so much trust in your teammates. Trust in the timings that they have. Cryo still with the op.
And he changed his position once more, this time taking an off angle into the nest. And this is such a good spot because it's so hard to clear this out as an attacker. Even if you drone it, you could just tuck in this corner and then just take your little one right
and
after.
dash away, yeah.
Yep.
You have to commit so far up if you want to take the fight.
He has all the info in mid right now. The only thing that's not covered is his elbow, but,
Yeah, but
he doesn't need to
Asuna's
worry about it. There's a cam watching it.
Yeah. And Asuna can spot that a little bit too. The drone going down the halls. KRU so quiet in this. They have the attack side up. They're just looking for any mistake, any slip up.
Here.
From the defense.
Just the trifecta setup again.
They could capitalize on. They put the op back in the hands of Klaus, and Kesney just dashed forward. Lit up by the dart, but slowing things down. Not a moment too soon. The shot from Klaus is great. And if not him, it would have been Kesney who joined in on it. Does get the assist. Kesney tries to settle the crosshair and get the kill onto Asuna. Now with the pit. Bang, tucks the flash. He dips in at just the right time.
I mean, man, the discipline for Heat to not actually commit fully onto that angle and just get right back into that ult.
It's just crazy. Look at Shy's positioning.
He's so good.
But EU's got to know. I mean, he swung into that, wanting to take that fight.
Still, there's just so much you have to do, and this Viper ult gives you a cubby on the right side of A main.
There's really no way in for
Yeah, this is just impossible. The post plants from KRU have been so good in this entire series.
We'll see if Shy's able to hunt out a couple.
Yeah, he's on the late flank right now.
He's gone hunting. Doesn't find it. Busio gets a kill with the op, so they'll save that. Into the next round. Back into the hands of Cryo, we presume.
And then they will die.
Although Busio does like using the weapon from time to time.
I need this.
I've been speaking a lot about how, you know, KRU, they don't really reinvent the wheel. They play pretty standard comps apart from Icebox, but it's micro things that they do, like Klaus buying it off, droning Cryo out, and then peeking him with his own up and winning the battle there. Small things like that give them the edge, even though they play a more standard style and just play, you know, try to play fundamentally correct. Kesnet has been having a rough start to this map, but 3 rounds, that's not too bad right now if you're Crew, especially with the momentum that 100 Thieves had going into this entire, you know, the 4 rounds that they put together right away. They won the pistol, won the anti-eco. Yeah, they lost the bonus round, but they were able to string 3 back together there.
Yeah, they were up 5-1, and Crew starting to claw their way back into this thing. Now the deficit down to 2. See a timeout called from 100 Thieves. Few moments before it elapses. I think we're going to continue to see this op battle between both of these Jets. And you mentioned it, Cryo has gotten the upper hand over Kesney a couple times here.
And he's going to need to keep going for these aggro plays because it just seems like Crew's post plants are just too good right now for that 100 Thieves roster to deal with. Where 100 Thieves has really shined has been disrupting the actual hits, getting picks as people are flooding in or before they even get into the choke. So maybe try to set up Cryo here in the same main, get him a deep line again so you can lean over towards that B side of the map.
Aggressive pit B right at the beginning of the round, and they've got the trips and the cam to cover things. This defensive wall that we're seeing out from Bang is a little different. We've seen Crew do a slightly different variation of it. It's a bit more vertical, if you will.
That goes all the way into the A main.
Yeah.
Opposed to this. I guess this is just to re-clear that early Hall's space on the split, potentially. Get a little backstab.
And then there is a little pocket if they do want to fight on the left side right here. So we'll see if that ends up being a factor as the round goes on, because it does seem like they want to end towards A. Kesney with the op up top. And it seems like they're going to split back B. They've got a trip they have to deal with and the pit. Crew not really liking anything they're seeing. They're kind of poking and prodding and nothing is going their way. And it's just gotten worse.
The positioning of 100 Thieves has been really good up until this moment.
They're going to get out onto the side. Cryo with the op in hand has to try to stay alive. Lands a second shot.
That was so sick.
It was that easy. It felt like 100 Thieves have control of that round from beginning to end.
Yeah, Crew got stuck in an in-between. The dart from Klaus was actually really good to spot out Asuna in that corner of A main, but they had nobody else there, so he was too scared to take any type of angle. And Cryo popped an op shot from the back side of A. So that's what made Crew so scared to actually commit to this A site. They know they would have had to worry about EU from Halls. They would have had to run into an op from Cryo back site, and then Asuna is there also around that bricks area to have like a little trifecta crossfire. Early A main control here from Crew. Kesney just going for any 1v1, doesn't even care that there's an op online. But clearly they know the op is not on the A side of the map. What do they do with that?
Do they commit to it? It seems like they're wanting to spread things out just a little bit more.
Yeah, it seems like they're just trying to find any type of answer they can. 100 Thieves' timings have been too good on this map with the re-clears. He was EU in that nest area last round. Now he's controlling Halls.
I have the spike.
And he's been here a couple of times this half. Often clearing with the drone. He's been punished here once. It's a couple of rounds ago. But he's found a ton of value here. And it seems like he's going to be called on once more.
That
this
was
time,
so risky.
Overwhelmed. And you're right, perhaps an ill-advised swing. But they pop the door open. Cryo filling in on the space. He has an op in hand. Bang is not far off. If Bufio and Asuna can hold things back on their own, this should work just fine. 2 guns left for the attack.
30 seconds left.
A 2v2 here. Cryo with the op, the spike rotating away.
Yeah, and you have to, because if you try to cross into sight, you're just dead. Like everybody else on your team.
Klaus was left in a unwinnable position. Now they're left guessing, wait, where's the spike? That sound should confirm. And the rotate starts to come B.
The thing is Shy planted this bomb on the right side of that Viper wall. So if this wall comes up, 100 Thieves don't need to really worry about the right side so much.
And the wall is up. Can Shy pull this off? Down 3 rounds, in need of a spark, in need of a miracle. The cam tagging onto the first. Spam. He's patient with it. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't fire at all. Now the cam there again. Oh, they like
He had that. I don't think he stopped on a dime like he should have. A small mechanical error. He played it so well up until that point. Had he actually stopped on a dime, he would have been fully accurate. Every shot would have connected there. A free kill.
The narrowest of margins deciding things. And again, heroic efforts to hold the site. Boostio and Asuna and Bang joined in on the fun a little bit later, but that hold was nuts.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's so scary.
Shai's gonna be beating himself up after that one if they drop this map.
That's so
that was good.
Scary.
That was really good from 100 Thieves though. Wall up.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Didn't rush anything. Yeah. Didn't force the fight. Didn't give ones.
Cryo with the op on this half has been crazy, man.
11-5. And Kesnet, who dropped 20 in the first half on map 1, currently sitting at 4-10.
Yeah. It can be hard to entry on a map like this, especially against these setups. You dash in and it kind of feels like if you're lucky, you get one.
Yeah, but you got the composition's built in a way to where you should have a little bit of room, right? You've got darts and you've got flashes cascading with it. You should, in theory, find a little bit of something. But yeah, I don't know if it's the utility combination from KRU is just not clicking or kind of what it is. But the truth of the matter is Kesnet just struggled.
Sometimes even when he entries though, he'll be alone on the site, surviving for as long as he can, and it's his teammates that are actually getting picked off on these weird angles or spam that come in. That's what it felt like for me when I would play against this 100 Thieves roster and the composition of how they played it. Sometimes I couldn't even get out of the choke because I would get spammed by like Bang.
Funnily enough, the last time we saw 100 Thieves play Breeze was against you.
Oh, there you go. Last time they won Ascent was against me. Probably last time they won Breeze was against me.
Sorry, it was in America. The last time they played it was at an international, but the last time we saw it on domestic soil, it was against you.
Oh my gosh.
Cryo teeing off on Kesnet, again getting the best of the Star Duelists on the other side of the stage.
It's exactly what he needed to do going into this as well.
Another big kill found. The Sheriff's not really finding any value for KRU, but 3 remain.
I just don't even know how he can trade that in time.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's tough. Weapon upgraded. Guardian online. The blades activated. Just 1 remaining. And they're hunting for him. Will the blades connect? Yes, they will. 4 for Cryo and 8 for 100 Thieves.
He had to step up big for his team, and that he's definitely done. Same with EU. The 2 initiators from the last map. Go figure.
Who would have thought?
It's just jet things right now. Just jet things.
Again, this defense has been so formidable for 100 Thieves. Particularly these last couple of rounds where they've been dealing with a lot of the pressure and they've been able to navigate it well. Now last round of the half. Can they continue to keep them at bay?
It's so tough for KRU. And every time they think they have a read on how 100 Thieves is set up, it's a new setup. Or it's Cryo getting another first blood with the op.
Again, this roster has been so heavily discussed for having outrageous firepower. Has really kind of played this attack half with nothing more than a whimper. They've been battered, they've been beaten down.
Oh my gosh.
And it's primarily off the op from Cryo these last couple of rounds. The holds they've had on the sites have been outrageous. Just such a good understanding of this defensive side.
And the late flank from Cryo as well. Oh my gosh.
With a rifle now.
It's so beautiful.
Look at this contain. Mid pressure. Pressure from spawn on both sides.
That's a big tag though.
KRU with nowhere to go. Cryo on the prowl, on the hunt, looking for a target. The first will be found, the second's on the trade. Klaus in a 1v1 against Asuna. Spike ticking away. That's a little bit damage dealt. How much more can he do though? As Asuna creeps forward, Klaus lands a shot. 3 on the round as KRU got their 4th.
Switching sides.
Wow. 2v3 there. I thought Cryo was gonna secure the round win.
Me too.
On that flank, but Klaus has something to say otherwise.
Played that fight so well.
Yeah, he was in full control of that 1v3.
Pop-offs have been big, and we're only really going to be able to find out in the second half the importance of that round. But first, before we get there, we're going to throw it down to Riv with a special fan of Boostio's. Take a listen.
That's right, gentlemen. I am joined by Kelly, a.k.a. Boostio's mom! I gotta ask you first question. What's it like being the mom of a champion?
Oh, you know, same old thing. He's a brat.
And you're a veteran to the arena. How many times you been here? You're always cheering.
I've been here maybe 4 times, but I also have traveled with Keldon in previous games, so.
All right. Okay, so looking at Boostio, this guy just exudes energy all the time. He's always hype. Was this always back to childhood too, when you're giving him peanut butter and jelly without crust? Was he going crazy?
First of all, he doesn't like peanut butter and jelly. How dare you?
Good note.
Second of all, yes, he is always energetic, getting everybody hyped. I don't know how to introvert, got an expert, but it is just a crime to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ah!
Absolutely. And final question for you. Being here, seeing the signs, seeing people cheer for your son, just be fans of your son. What's that feel like?
It's over. We couldn't do it without all you fans. The crew, 100 Thieves. You guys rock. I love you guys.
All right, the family buffs are out in force today. Thank you so much, Boostio's mom. We're going to get right back in the game. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Riv. It is a family affair here at VCT Americas, and I mean, when you've got that when you're rolling that deep in the crowd, it always feels good.
W moms. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
W moms.
As a pro player, I'm sure you experienced something similar in the past.
Yeah. I mean, my mom almost didn't let me compete at all. I mean, one of my first events ever, I had to go travel to China. She's like, "You're not going. You're not going without me. That's for sure." Thank God my dad picked that one up for me. But yeah, I mean, it's stressful for them too, because they want to see us, do well and thrive. So yeah, I can't even imagine what it must be like watching that first map. But the swing of emotions that you get out of it when you see this map now, I mean, this feels like it's in the hands of 100 Thieves. It's their game to win.
Can they put it over the finish line? Up 4. We'll see what Crew can do if they can win this pistol. We've got something interesting, and that's a hell of a start. This mid-aggression is just crazy. And they knew that was the plan from the beginning.
I mean, that's the El Clasico baby bay right there. Solo jumping up on the mid pillar. I used to love to do that play, so.
Oh, now
they haven't played it. They haven't played me in a while, so I don't blame them for going down to that.
Well, now they reset a little bit here. Crew, oh my goodness, they're gonna get another. Klaus and Kesnet both up mid. They know Bang is at least somewhere on the left side of that wall.
Oh man,
this has been surgical. They get the kill mid, they reposition, they go back through spawn, and now Shy's gonna get another. I mean, it's just been so methodical. Can EU hold them back? Can Cryo hold them back? It's all onto the Sova now. Spotting the first, and he just buys time. He knows his teammates are swarming, they're taking space, they're filling in behind it. This would be ridiculous, and it will not come through. Crew get the pistol.
100 Thieves are getting caught lacking in these moments. When Kesnet gets the first blood, they think that he's going to reset and reposition somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is he's going for more right after, but not instantly. And that's the key difference. He waits a little bit to where 100 Thieves might think that he's backing up into a passive angle, a passive hold. Maybe they're just going to play retake, but then he doubles up with a teammate, and in the mid round, they re-aggress something again.
It was perfect. They struck at just the right time.
Total disruption.
Yeah. Yep. There's that wall we were talking about in the previous half from Crew. A bit more vertical. It covers the switch, it covers mid, and it gives you a little bit of an angle into A main, where you imagine Kesnet is gonna try to punish, and just like that, he does. Nice trade out, though.
A good answer back. If you can get this one as well and gets heat, this could be an opening in the round. Oh, that was the time to strike.
Close. Yep, no dash now. You've got to jump back out, and Klaus was there to help.
Not all guns saved into this round, though. They did lose, I think, a Bulldog.
So they have, what, 2 Guardians? Yeah, 2 Guardians, they're investing into this, man.
And you set it up perfectly. We have to talk about this AWOL that crew like to do. They condition this. And what they do is they want to use it to re-clear space. But further in the half, they actually know a way to put that wall that will have a gap in the actual A main. So when they put it up, they can actually see deep into that A main area.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. For now, the wall B. But aggression mid once more. A flash over the top for Keznit to have the line, and EU gets the best of them.
Yeah, you can't fall for that one twice. That's for certain.
I mean, crew still have mid control, though. What do they do with it? Oh, jump spot from Elser, a little damage dealt. 100 Thieves slowing this round down.
Yeah, they're so good in these moments, especially on Breeze, where they just slow the round down. They just hold. I mean, for a whole year, when they rebuilt this team from the ground up, before VCT was even a thing, their main focus was playing against FaZe as scrim partners, and I would go for aggressive plays all the time on the defensive side. So this should be nothing new for at least Asuna and Bang.
I love how they're playing this, too. Bang hasn't invested his wall. So they still have so many options to play around, and the silence is enough for crew to think twice about it, rotate B. So like 2 ships passing in the night, they're going to rotate around each other. Now, A becomes the focus.
30 seconds left.
This was a beautiful call from Boostio.
Yeah.
But can they finish it? Can they convert?
Standing ahead.
No ults really to speak of for the defense. And again, they have some weaponry for this. This is not nothing.
You have a double lurk right now. Boostie's gonna tap this door. There's so many angles crew have to look at right now.
So many angles for Boostio to have to clear too, but as the gunfire erupts, it goes the way of 100 Thieves. Meltzer in a 1v3, there's no way he pulls that off. A big round from 100 Thieves.
Beautifully played. 100 Thieves understood that crew are gonna get proactive on the defensive side. They punish Keznit early on. They hold for any other type of re-aggression that may come their way, and then all they have to do is group up, use their utility to take the site, set up for a good post plant.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a clean shot.
Yeah, he read that. He knew.
And on the actual retake of crew, you saw 2 different layers there. People in sight were there just to be a distraction. EU was flanking mid and Boostio at the same time from halls. Double flank setup.
Yep. The wall again with the knife, A main, and Keznit holding a line, but everybody from 100 Thieves is B. They're gonna try to go fast here. EU has his ult, instantly triggered. Playing a little bit further off, but not far off enough.
It's chaos on the site.
Shine Meltzer able to navigate the chaos beautifully. They get a couple kills, but Asuna punching back. 3v3, and now the rotations from crew starting to arrive. First heat, then Keznit, but Meltzer by himself on the site, trying to dance around, trying to stay alive.
And again, win conditions, Doug.
1 enemy remaining.
The win condition right now is Bang. Can he pull it off? No. Crew with respond.
Dude. Crew have impressed me in these scrappy rounds when all noise cuts. And they understand heat in that moment is literally, I mean, I don't know if he's screaming in the mic, but he's like, guys, I'll win the round for us. I have the perfect timing on the flank. And that's ultimately what ended up being the W for crew into this.
Keznit with blades. And just a rifle for Cryo.
I mean, Cryo's on 21 and 10 right now.
Crazy numbers, and they're up to Darts traded. Asuna tagged.
Oh, he's here alone with Bomb as well.
Oh, that's dangerous. And he's still jump spotting too. That's crazy. Keznit just had to dash back. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves are trying to feel out the rest of the map. They tried finding some space mid.
That was the rifle.
You've got Bang close by. It's just a sheriff, though. I mean, he's got to be ready for it. He is. Is he ready for Asuna too?
Oh.
Yep.
Spike down. Mid.
That was a perfect peek.
It's about as clean as it gets.
Oh my gosh.
And so this round should go in favor of crew, barring an absolute miracle from EU. And yeah, those are 2 kills, but there's still plenty to go. And with 20 HP, it's just not going to happen. Meltzer gets his 3rd. Crew bring the gap to 1.
If you focus, you die.
This is another really important round. And I wonder what Heat can do in this round. If he's going to try to get aggro A main, maybe try to farm that orb off of aggression.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here.
Dude, that second kill in mid
was clean.
That was so precise.
Yeah.
The timing on when he stopped, the crosshair positioning, everything. It was so snappy.
Oh, they're gonna challenge Kesnet here.
Yeah, it's a pop flash for him.
Heavy lean A, blades online. Both used. There are the Jets, the fight we've been looking for this entire time. And the flash missing the mark. All that build up just for them to back up. That's crazy.
Everyone was blind.
But hopefully that means we get a second round at this. Because they're both still around. Bang has found a little bit of space. He's
so aggressive in this mid lane.
And he can get up past to die a little bit later. 3v3 now. Oh my gosh, Shy still alive. 70 HP, takes the fight again, cannot convert. Klaus in a 1v2 and he's overwhelmed. 100 Thieves get to 7.
Dreams are a funny thing.
We've seen that hit before from 100 Thieves. They take control of all heaven. They freeze. They try to get the bomb down with that Gecko. Wingman. That was nice. I mean, a good reaction and Cryo finding the perfect timing on the Melzer there.
Shy almost brought this thing back himself, man.
For a second there, I thought he was going to clean up EU on that kill as well.
And that would have been 4.
Yeah.
Their fears betrayed them.
But 100 Thieves respond at a time where it was desperately needed. Flash in the face of many. There's a lot of presence here, Dre.
A lot of util invested. But no space actually gathered. Now, finally, the Lurk Orb goes up onto that A ramp, and that's going to at least keep one player there. Melzer will not move from this position.
Or he shouldn't, at least.
But look at Kesnet already on the minimap. He's reading into this. He's like, I don't even need to be here anymore. We already denied them at A. I can shift over towards B. He's already a step ahead of 100 Thieves right now.
Bolt tagging 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and this is a good call to abort because once you see the nade there, I mean, Kesnet was just at A, and they know that. So yeah, you're not running out of that B choke.
Meanwhile, the Seekers are used from Heat on the other side of the wall. Yeah, they jump through it and find out.
No way.
What's waiting on the other side? Heat gets 2. And again, the attack round is thrown in disarray. 100 Thieves have to slow things down. And the realization creeps and goes further and further into clarity. There's still a pit they have to play against on B.
30 seconds left.
There's still a cam from Klaus. Heat with a massive play.
This is going to be such a hard post plant for 100 Thieves if they can even get the bomb down.
Can they get that far? I feel like that's all the hard work. Klaus spamming, looking for a second. That's 2. The third will not fall. It's just a little delayed, though. Shy's out of his seat again.
Dude, the rotations from KRU are so clean. Kesnet was a step ahead of that the entire time.
Yeah.
He chucks the nade into B main when the actual util is being put down by 100 Thieves. And that is just a key indicator to 100 Thieves that, okay, we need to reset the round. As they do that, this heroic performance from Heat getting 2 in the vent, and then Shy to re-aggro into B main and just ulting it to hold all that space. There's only so many places you can go to at that point if you're 100 Thieves.
The Croupium tanks are full. This is unbelievable. Can they finish? This feels very similar to the round we saw previously, but I think it's KRU who are being proactive here. Look at how much space they've taken across the middle of the map here.
I mean, 11-7 and you're doing a walk down mid play.
Oh! Now Cryo has to understand there's a threat on the other side, but he falls too. And what, I mean, where do you go now? You rotate back A? Guess what? You've lost space there too. Melzer's here to greet you!
Oh my
Not able to get the third, but he will attempt to do what his teammate could not. EU with a molly at his feet will fall. KRU gets a series point.
When you give a team like KRU a buffer to play around with, it gives them more confidence to do plays like what we just saw with this double walk down mid. And they understand that 100 Thieves are on the back foot and they're feeling all of the pressure and feeling a loss within their grasp. So they're scared. They're not willing to take as many risks or even hold the default at that point. Things can break down when a team starts to lose a lot of rounds. And KRU took complete advantage of that in this moment.
I mean, this timeline is mad. Look at that. Really just kind of telling the entire story of the second half. KRU with so much to gain. If they can win one more round, the #1 seed a lock. And the advantages of that are, I mean, almost indescribable.
Oh my gosh.
You called him a lunatic for holding that angle previously. It was with the sheriff, but
I mean, sometimes the RNG works in your favor. You get the insta headshot. I don't blame him for going for it. I mean, you're up 12-7 right now.
Oh,
full info gathered.
I thought the dog was going to run out. I have a really good idea of where they are. 100 Thieves, they don't have guns. He's trying to get away. Asuna still has one more satchel. How is he still alive? There it goes. Keznet falls. Hunted down. But can the attack find any more space? Given the numbers advantage, it seems like it's working out. But Klaus with 3. And the ult online. It's got to be Meltzer to finish it off.
My world.
That pit is crazy.
What is that?
That pit is mad.
What is that?
Meltzer's got so much to get through.
That's insane, but it's not even planned for him.
No, he's managed to navigate it. Oh, just the tap. Bang peeks out, gets his 3rd.
Yo, the poise of Asuna in that round with the rocket.
Yeah.
To not shoot it too early. Yeah, once, not twice, but like 3 different times.
Dude, it's a dangling carrot in front of you the whole way.
After that defensive side, he's like, I'm not messing around anymore. I'm guaranteeing that this is landing on top of your toes.
And Keznet almost like baiting him out. Come on, fire it. Fire it. You know you want to.
He tried 2 different satchels from Keznet to reposition.
I know
Man,
exactly. One enemy.
You think it just comes down to such micro plays. If Klaus right there doesn't use his Cypher ult, maybe he gets another kill on the cryo there. Another mid-heavy default from 100 Thieves.
They have guns now.
Yeah.
They didn't really have that in the last round.
They're wary of this, though. They understand that there might be a utility trap, and that's why no one's really exposed in the open yet.
Again, gunfire erupts, and it's a 1-for-1.
Spike down mid.
The spike well out of reach here. This is dangerous. Oh my gosh, it's just swinging.
He's a maniac.
Playing with reckless abandon. And again, playing to win. That's exactly what KRU are doing. Bang is left alone. The chants from the crowd could not be more accurate. Uno mas is all it takes. Bang trying to be quiet about it.
And he just knifed out into B main to reflank mid.
Screen down.
They're so proactive. They're so decisive.
Bang has a chance, though, if he can win this 1v1 against Melzer. KRU are so spread out.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
Sound made. Now they know where he is. The prey waiting on the other side will fall. Left hand on top. KRU lock the #1 seed.
What a stage for KRU. And the way that they've done it, too. My God.
I mean, even that last round really felt like it was indicative of their play style, of the swagger with which they approach these maps. Heat knife out, re-clearing he made. The fight that Keznet took, just a swing out in mid and take that fight is just so confident. And I respect it, man. When it works, and it's worked all split.
Oh, man. That is such a crazy storyline for this team. The KRU have impressed, I mean, everybody. They're the truth right now. And their next match is against Lev. Oh my gosh, Doug. That's gonna be insane. There's pride on the line. They go into other matches, even this match, saying, oh, it is what it is. Win or lose, we're gonna give our best no matter what.
Right.
But I guarantee you going into that Lev game, there's gonna be some beef or something to prove who's the best in LATAM.
There's a little extra behind that, an opportunity to go undefeated. Leading into playoffs is just such a, again, I know the rosters are different, but dog, they didn't win a single series last year in the regular season, and then LCQ happened, right? But to go from, 0-9 to potentially 6-0, it's just asinine.
And they just got a swag, like a certain swag when they even just walk out on the stage. Smiles across the board. The fans that are here for KRU as well play a big part.
Yeah, the 6-man has been ridiculous in the crowd. Keznet has been Keznet, right? And you know what you're getting with Keznet. You know he's consistent every single time, but the value that Heat and Shy have been able to provide to this roster, I mean, it cannot be overstated. Unbelievable.
Jeez.
Such a complete performance. They were aggressive, they were decisive, they had really cool ideas, they denied space when they found those opportunities, and yeah, sometimes those timings don't go your way, right? Sometimes you kind of gamble a little bit and it kind of doesn't work out, but I respect that they continued to try it even when it didn't, and when it did work, the value that they got out of that was incredible.
Yeah, that mid-walk was something special, man. I mean, at the perfect timing, too, because they understood that 100 Thieves are on the back end, they're feeling all the pressure. And even if they are holding the angles, much like the last round, when you're feeling that type of pressure, when you're on match point and you're about to lose, sometimes you don't even just hit the shot and you just green out.
Yeah, there were a couple times it looked like there were clairvoyance, man. They knew where the pressure was coming from, then knew when it was going to happen. It was outrageous. Again, Crew locked the #1 seed. We're going to throw it down to Riv at the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you, gentlemen. I am joined by Cruz Klaus after their win. Vamos! All around undefeated still, Klaus. Locking in playoffs. First seed. This stage has been amazing for Crew. What do you think about this compared to last year? How are you feeling when you reflect on this stage?
Obviamente creo que fue un cambio muy drástico, o sea, lo del año pasado de ser 0-9 a este año de full consistencia, todo wins. Obviamente es muy placentero también ver como el trabajo que hicimos, el trabajo que estamos haciendo está dando los resultados.
Yeah, obviously it's such a drastic change compared to last year from 0-9 to the consistency that we're seeing right now. And I'm very happy to see the results that we're giving with practices and all the results that are coming through.
Absolutely awesome. And looking at your map pool, with one other loss on Breeze today and Icebox being a 50-50, you're basically 100% down the board. What was it about this year and Crew approaching the map pool that makes you so strong everywhere?
Creo que fue mejor como trabajamos los mapas uno por uno. Creo que eso hizo mucho la diferencia, que le dimos con mucho enfoque a cada mapa, y por eso también es que tenemos un map pool así muy abierto y muy grande, y que podemos jugar cualquier mapa que lo vamos a jugar bien.
Yeah, it was the approach that we had for the practices of practicing every single map and giving the same attention to every single map. That's why we have such a big map when we're getting this results.
I want to ask you about the Breeze match before we get into a few other questions. The eco round, I think it was round 26, the Sheriffs. What are the comms like that in a round to bring it back even though the map went to 100 Thieves?
Creo que, o sea, también nosotros pecamos mucho en los ecos, o sea, fuimos muy inocentes. Ellos también, o sea, creo que supieron como ponernos en su juego, o sea, ellos hicieron el ritmo de las rondas, esas claves que nosotros perdimos, y creo que fue una mala nuestra por dejarnos como caer en su juego, y también ellos por haberlo hecho también bien.
Yeah, it was. I think we made a lot of mistakes when it comes down to it. We do a lot of mistakes in round like this one and an eco like that one to turn it around, and it was our mistake for letting them play their round.
All right, I got one more question for you. Your next match, the true LATAM El Clásico against Leviathan. How are you feeling, and what do you think you can do versus them?
Yo creo que va, o sea, muy emocionado por el partido. Yo creo que toda la liga lo va a ver, o sea, todos los equipos nos van a ver, porque creo que siento que somos como los equipos más fuertes ahora mismo. Y nada, va a ser un clásico de los viejos, y espero que va a ser un partidazo, eso seguro.
It's going to be really good. I think everybody in the league is going to be watching, because I consider we are the two best teams right now. And it's just going to be a crazy and insane match.
Awesome to have you be able to say that, Klaus. Congratulations on the win. Triad, thank you for translating. We are going to vamos over to the desk. Adam is waiting, and we're going to get to dig into that brain to see how they went undefeated.
Yes, congratulations yet again to Crew on winning. That was exhilarating. Congratulations, Coach Adam.
Thank you.
Joining us right now. So I guess I got to ask you this: what does it feel like going from coaching a team that wasn't faring too well in 2023 to now like a flawless run during stage one?
I think that it's part of sports or esports. In esports, you will lose more than what you win. Also, I think it's really important to understand in which season you are or your team is. And I think that's last year on the kickoff was hard times for us, like hard seasoning. But I think we are on the right season at the right time at the right moment. Mm-hmm. And the best thing that we can do is just enjoy it, just try to give our best, and keep winning as hard as we can.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the standout things for me has definitely been the IGL swap from it was on Melser to Klaus. You guys have talked about how that opens up Melser to play better individually. But what do you think is the biggest difference between the two IGLing styles, and what has Klaus been doing right this year?
I think that changing the IGL is one thing that propels us to start winning. But the biggest change, I think, is that Meltzer was the IGL because there were no one else. So he said like, hey, I don't like to be IGL, but I will do it because the team needs it. And Klaus is IGL because he wanted to be IGL. So I think that between those, without like giving for less the work of Meltzer, that's a huge difference when you do something because it gives you passion.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because Meltzer was IGLing for Leviathan way back when, and a couple different. No, he wasn't.
No, King was always IGL for Lev.
I want to ask a question just about today. Are you happy with today's game? You guys qualified for playoffs, but are you happy with today's game?
Yeah, I think I told that to the team that one of the characteristics or qualities of a winning team is to be able to thrive between hard times. And we were like losing at the beginning 2 maps. We were 1-5 on Breeze, and we were losing the split. And we show like character, like strength, like resilience. And if we want to win, we need to have that. So I feel as today it was a day that the team like earned that medal. Like we have resilience, and now we are closer to be a winning team, a champion team.
For sure. What's it been like having Heat as a teammate, sort of behind the scenes? What has he been bringing to the team?
Well, Heat is really funny. I mean, he's a funny guy. Also, as I said before, he matched too much with our way, our culture. Like we are always like bothering, always doing jokes on training, on matches, on backstage, everywhere. And he is like that. And he also flows a lot with the mood. So I think that he clicks a lot outside of the game and in game with us.
I've always thought of him as a pretty emotional player, like on Heat in former teams. Like, you know, if the team's doing bad, get a little angry. Not like, you know, and when the team's doing really good and they're all hype, playing very well, you know, when it feels good. Is that the same experience you're getting?
Yeah, I think that we all Latin people are really like passionate. Like there are not too much opportunities on Latin America. So when people get an opportunity in any area, in our case, esports, like we fight with like all our passion. And I think that that's something really characteristic on us. And I think that is something that is giving this team a lot of gasoline, because each win we are like just too high, like in a high performance level, and I think it's because of passion.
That culture, the passion that you guys are displaying, do you think that's part of the reason why this season both LATAM teams are at the top?
I think we do. For Lev, I don't know, but for us, I think there is something behind teams more than what you see in game, like behind scenes, like the team culture, the team bonding, the group that we are. I think that there is something key, something special, and this group has that.
Now, Coach Adam, we definitely are excited to ask you a ton of questions, but we also have some people in the Twitch chat who are dying to ask you questions as well. This first one we have is from Rising Legend 13, asking the question: does the preparation between matches change when you're doing well? Like, do you get more experimental, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, when we are going bad, most of the times it's because we are not playing or doing the things that we're supposed to do. But when you are winning, it's because you are doing things that you're supposed to do. So pracs are not more like, stop doing this, start doing that. Pracs are more like, okay, let's refine this. Let's do this better. Okay, we have this, I don't know, this default. Okay, how can we improve that? And we did that. The split against Loud taught us so much on defense, and we closed them up against 100 tips on defense. It was because of that.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the team is very disciplined right now, especially Shy. I feel like that's something he really excels at in the game. Is that a focus at all for the team? Was that something you were consciously thinking about in the offseason?
In terms of like over-peaking and stuff like that?
Yeah, stuff like that. Just playing more disciplined, kind of teamwork-oriented in that way.
I'm the kind of coach that I don't fight that much with over-peaking, because at the end it's a shooting game. So making a player not to shoot, yeah, it's telling a player, hey, don't shoot. It's like telling a runner, don't run.
Yeah, jog. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way that we try to approach that is to lead the players to find better situations to overpeak, and not just to pick just because you are crazy, but try to find the right conditions to overpeak. And so I think that is something that gives them balance, because they said, okay, I should not troll overpeaking, but I can overpeak in this and that situation, and I think they're pretty good finding those spots.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you give Cousins the tools to overpeak, and it's no longer overpeaking. He's going to kill 4. You know what I mean?
Well, Coach Adam, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Crew, phenomenal today.
Yeah.
Now, with week 4 coming to a close, let's take a look at our Alpha and Omega standings. So you can see Crew right there.
There you go, the clinch.
At the top.
The clinch, playoff secured, first seed secured.
Not even surprised.
There are so much mathematical calculations on Twitter about 1,000 scenarios. Hope this helps.
You've clarified it a little bit. Thank you, man.
Now, I'm kind of curious. So you're going to be going up against Leviathan next.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, we're trying to focus series by series. So probably tonight we'll start speaking about that series. But I don't know, Lev looks really strong, really good. And I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I mean...
Sadly, we're not too... Because if we lost today, we will fight our qualification with them.
Yeah.
Now it's not, and they are already qualified.
It's ironic in a way, because last year we had a couple of Crew Lev matches. Obviously, LCQ one mattered, but the last one we had, it was at the end of the season. You guys, we remember the story there, and it didn't matter. And here again, it's the opposite way. You guys are at the top, but it still doesn't really matter. It's kind of sad.
We just want to play, just want to keep playing, keep trying to do our best, and so we're facing that match as we face the five leads, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll all definitely be watching, of course. Now, we'll be back a day earlier for week 5. Now, the action starts Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, with Sentinels looking to keep their playoff hopes alive when they take on Furia.
Gotta win.
Yeah, we got to keep Sin City happy. Hopefully, hopefully they will remain happy. We'll see. But anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you Friday.
Thanks, yeah. That was awesome. I always like this, man.
Thank you.
Super insightful every time.
Thank you.
One enemy remaining.
You need to play! You need to play! Click, click, click!
Spang looking, trying to land the shots on the one. 13-7 for the LATAM representatives. Crew are not slowing down.
One enemy remaining.
Bien, 2-1. Mid-side.
They've gotten his position. They know it's all over now. It will not come through. Seeds of comeback fall upon barren soil. Split is on the cards. Nice! Down mid. Now they know where he is. The prey waiting on the other side.